Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Needle in the Lens podcast, the show that threads together music, movies, TV every week. I'm your host, Kevin, with my co-host,
Noah. Hello.
Hello,
I was a little bit late on the.
Yeah, a little bit delayed, but it's fine.
I was in another. I just went somewhere else. I had no clue
Your
where
brain
I
had
went.
to turn back on. It's fine. I
Yep.
understand.
But it's back.
It's back. We're back.
We're back.
Everything's there. Everything's there. You're thinking
well,
straight.
I don't know about that, but we
Well,
do the best
hey.
we can.
We work with what we've got here at Needle and Lens Studios,
Lens.
as always.
Yeah.
But you know what it is.
How you doing?
Head Empty podcast. We're good. I'm good. I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
I had a pretty productive early part of this week, honestly. Yeah,
Okay.
no. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you. I don't want to like dox us necessarily, but are you going to the Hannibal Buress show on Thursday?
I actually thought I could, but I have work.
Sag. Oh well.
Yeah.
That's a shame. I thought you were gonna be there with me.
Quite unfortunate. I wish I could be there with you. I
Yeah.
am. That's like, geez. Of course, something like that would be happening. The 1 year I'm not.
Hey man,
physically
just
there to be able to go.
call out of work.
I called out of work last weekend.
Unfortunate.
Yeah,
Man,
it
fuck
was
that
from
job.
my
You don't need that job.
sister.
You
I
need
don't.
that job.
I don't need that job
You don't. Exactly. Just call out again.
for sure. Let me just
Yeah.
go ahead and do that so I can go to a Hannibal Buress show.
Yeah, exactly. So, there. No, but the reason why I had a productive time was because like it was the last week in this course for me. So I was like, fuck, I need to get everything done. I had a paper, I had another assignment, and then like discussion board stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let me just grind all this shit out. And I got it done.
I
Last night.
literally always forget that you're still in school right now, which is so
Listen,
wild to me.
man, it's school 3.0, or I guess 5.0, I guess, if you
Which is
think about it
too
like that.
much for me.
Honestly, this class wasn't that rough. The second class that I took was not that bad. It was a little more chill. The first one was definitely a little more heavy
Mhm.
workload, but this was fine. I dealt with it.
Honestly, any class for me at this point is too much workload.
I guess.
can't-
I
just-
definitely have thought about dropping out a couple of times. I was like, I can't do the school
Mm.
thing. I already got my MacBook. All right, I got everything that I need from them.
And yeah, just let it go.
Yeah, but no, I'm gonna I
stick it
guess
out.
get a piece of paper that says that I know a little bit more than I knew a year ago.
Before. Well,
Yeah.
good for you.
It's just 'cause
Good
I can't
for
find a
you.
job, man.
And you know what? After this, you'll be better off.
Will I
better off.
though, or am I gonna still have a hard time finding a job and then continue to stick to content creation, which I've been doing a lot more of, though.
You know
By
what?
the way, I've been
Either
putting a
way.
little more focus into that, and hey, I would not be mad if
Either way,
if
it
that
is
took off.
2022 Kevin's problem to figure
Exactly. No, I saw this one thing. I forgot. I don't know if it was a show or if it was a TikTok or something, but they were saying that like if you say that it's future you problem, that's the same you. It's not a different person. You're doing this to yourself. That's self-sabotage. And I was like, fuck you. Don't tell
out.
me
But
that.
it's like, is it self-sabotage? Yes. But also, is it the same person?
It is the
is
same person.
20 Is 2014 Noah 2021 Noah? No.
Ooh,
Is
I guess
2020 Noah 2021 Noah? Not
I guess
at
when
all.
you put it that way, but I think in the literal sense, you are obviously the same person and you're putting yourself
I am the
through a
same
situation.
entity, but I am not putting. I'm going to be putting a different Noah that's in a different mental state. So maybe 2021 Noah isn't mentally prepared, mentally equipped to take on whatever this might be. But 2021 or 2022 Noah might be ready to do it.
I guess.
So it's like you never know. You never know.
You never
That's
know,
just-
yeah.
My outlook on it.
I
There you
guess so. I think it applies more to people who are like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or like more short term.
Yeah.
pushing
If
things.
it's short term, I don't have a good excuse for that.
Yeah.
That is most definitely self-sabotage, and I do subscribe to that quite often.
You subscribe to sabotaging yourself?
It happens. It's not always intentional.
Listen, hey, sabotage yourself and call out of work. That's all I need to say.
Okay, well, not that. There's levels to this, okay? There's definitely levels to this.
It's very multifaceted and nuanced.
Speaking of sabotage, I'm being sabotaged by who? Who is our number one enemy? Who is our number one enemy? You probably aren't going to think of this off the top of your head.
Who's our number one enemy?
Our number one enemy is USPS.
Whoa, what did they do this time?
And has been for
I mean, it really
quite
has
some
been.
time.
It has been. I want to say fuck USPS, but obviously they do a lot of good, and there's like obviously
and I know they're going through a lot
things
over there.
Yeah, but like from a personal standpoint.
Yeah.
What they do this time?
I got a notification today that my Dame Vegas wristband had delivered. Because I finished paying it off. I got my wristband, or it was supposedly delivered in my mailbox. It was not in my mailbox.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess at the end of the day, like it's not till November, so.
But if it said it was delivered, then it's lost. Then probably.
Then it's lost because it clearly made it somewhere.
Yeah, someone's mailbox.
Yeah. So I mean.
Wait, was that today then?
That was today. That was earlier today.
Damn. Well, let's hope whoever got it is a good person.
And you know what? Yeah. And either way, if not, if they do try to like activate it or something, if it's not found, I'll just have to request another one.
Yeah.
And in that case, they'll just deactivate the one that's already been delivered to somebody.
How does those work though? Because like I've never been to like a big festival that had like wristbands. Yeah. Like I've been to conventions, and like when that happened to me, I got a pass that got lost in the mail. They just they didn't even send me another one. You know what? I had to pick it up at the convention center. Yeah, will call. So, that was whatever, but how does that work? And what do you mean by deactivate?
Because essentially, like whenever you get your wristband, they're going to ask you to activate it because so basically the only music festival I've really been to is
You keep
ACL.
saying activate. I don't understand.
Hold up. I'm getting to it. I'm getting there. Essentially,
it's a damn wristband.
Whenever you walk into the festival, you just scan in with the wristband. So, there's just a line you go through. You'll scan. It'll light up green or it'll light up red. And it has to be, you have to go online and I guess just kind of put in your information. I don't know. The last time I did this was 2 years ago. It's been a long time since I've been to a music festival.
Don't remind me.
But yeah, it's just not like the wristband itself is inactive because it's not just, there's like a little something inside of the wristband. Like it's not just cloth.
They put technology in it.
Yeah, so that you scan it as you go in.
1984.
Exactly. So you have to scan it when you go in, and if it's not activated, then it's not going to work when you go to scan.
I guess so.
So yeah, that is how that works. So yeah, even if someone did try to activate it, it wouldn't work. If I called them and then deactivated it or asked them to deactivate it and send me a new one. So I'm not too concerned.
It wouldn't necessarily matter that much in that case then.
Right. It's just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And then I had to go and they're like, oh, file a claim and try to do investigation. I'm like, do I even want to do all that? Or should I just ask them to send me another one? And hopefully they can send me another one. And I don't have to go pick it up at will call because I had to do that once for ACL and it was just, it's a whole thing and you got to wait in line. And
yeah, that sounds awful. I would not want to do that, especially like for how big of a festival that is. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's not good. But I had to do it because if you do student pricing,
they have
for
to
ACL,
see the
then
ID.
you have to. I don't even remember if they asked to see my ID. Honestly.
Oh well, then
think I had to pick it up at will
call? That's
I'm not sure. Or it was maybe because they go on sale so late, like they go on sale pretty close to whenever the festival is held.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe they're not sure if there'll be enough time to ship it to you or whatnot.
Okay. Wait, so you mean to tell me I could have been going to ACL discounted? I didn't know this was a thing. No one told me this.
What? No,
No one
yeah,
told me
ACL.
this. I just thought because whenever I would see lineup drops and then
Mhm.
people at my high school would just buy it. They would just buy the tickets.
I mean that's the safest way to do it. The thing is with ACL student discount, like they not sometimes, they go insanely fast, like insanely fast.
But you're
'cause
forgetting
there's
who
only a
you're
limited
dealing with
amount.
here. You're forgetting who you're dealing with here. Fast
mean, hey.
hands Kevin, all right?
If I can do it, you can do it.
Exactly. I got boom, boom, boom. 6 monitors.
Hey, you
No.
you could probably do it. You could probably do it.
I
I've done
probably
it
could if I
on
was prepped
many an
and
occasion.
ready. I took the L on
Especially
the
now,
Giveon
we've-
tickets though.
You did take the L.
I took the L
They
so
changed
hard.
the venue though, right?
Supposedly, but like I haven't seen anything about new tickets or anything. I haven't been paying that much
Mm.
attention, if I'm being honest. I'm a little
I
upset.
just saw something. on
I
Twitter
saw
the other
that
day.
too. No, I saw that too. But on the ticket page, it still says the same venue.
I noticed that too. So I was like, "What venue? What did you
Yeah,
change?"
it was
Like,
weird.
really?
No, but like it completely slipped my mind. The general sale date. I just completely forgot, and now I'm all hurt. I do still
that
need
is
to get
sad, especially
JPEG
because the
Mafia
tickets
though.
were.
Well, I
the
mean,
tickets
that's
were not
why is
expensive
he
at all.
touring in these tiny ass stadiums though?
It makes
Like,
no
or
sense,
not even
especially
stadiums. Like,
especially considering where like the tickets were what, like 25 or something like that.
yeah,
I'm just like, what is going on?
you know,
Like-
honestly, this is kind of the same thing that happened when Khalid went on tour originally.
Really?
Yeah, those tickets went by like that, and they were $20. They were like 20
That is
bucks, and it
insane.
was small venues again, which it's so weird. And this was kind of before he was nearly as big as he was, but he was still a pretty big deal.
He was
I
still
would say.
big. I mean, even after a location, like that was just the first thing.
Yeah.
He was big. He was a big deal.
Exactly.
So yeah, and
I
granted,
don't
on
understand.
one level, it's like, I mean, nice that tickets are cheap, but
Yeah, that's
two, when you're
awesome.
that
That's
big,
amazing.
like, I don't know.
Look.
It's just like there's certain things where it's like, man, I guess I understand wanting to play smaller venues, like it feels more intimate and whatnot.
But
sometimes when you have
it's
a huge
not
fan base,
realistic. Yeah, there gets to a point where it's not realistic for you to do that.
no, like
And
if
yeah.
Frank Ocean ever went on tour, which obviously will never happen.
No, isn't he
but
supposed to
then-
headline Coachella next year?
He's headlining Coachella, but that's not a tour, and I'm actually planning on going.
Dang,
It's not
he's-
2022, it's 2023, so I've got time to.
Dang, he's down
Dude,
that bad.
this is legitimately probably like maybe the only chance I'll ever get to see Frank Ocean live.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah,
Yeah, so
I
it's kind of,
will think about it.
I got to. I've already in my head. I've already like it's happening. I'm going to
No, I
Coachella
can
in
respect
2023.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
What happens if you can't call out of work though?
Oh, I'm calling out of work. That is
Man will give up his whole
self-sabotage.
job
I'm
for Frank
self-sabotaging 2023 Noah right now. I'm self-sabotaging him.
Fuck that job. You don't need it.
Yeah,
Alright.
whatever job it is in 2023, I don't need it. Cut to 2023, and it's probably a job that I really
It's
do
the
need.
job of your dreams or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm just like, job of my dreams, seeing Frank Ocean. Also, wore my Frank Ocean shirt today. Look at that.
Oh wow, look at that. Perfect how we ended up at that point. But
It is.
also,
And,
is
you
it
know-
confirmed or is it rumors? Now that I think about it,
No, it's confirmed because he was
Okay.
supposed to headline last year.
right? And then
obviously
obviously,
didn't, and everyone was like, man, like, you know, Frank Ocean really created COVID so he didn't have to
man, why?
perform.
I was gonna do the whole Vanessa Hudgens take. Oh, why do they have to cancel Coachella?
Oh my gosh.
Why do they have to cancel Coachella? People die all the time.
And you know what? I'm happy they canceled Coachella because that would mean I wouldn't have gotten to see Frank Ocean.
I mean, yeah, that's true, at least. So there you go. Look at that.
Not happy they canceled it because there was a global pandemic coming on, but because
Wait.
I, Noah Davis, would not have gotten the chance to see him.
That's true.
Yeah.
Winners take their wins where they can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So speaking of wins, let's talk about the Emmys that happened on Sunday.
Yes. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Noah is very, very excited, obviously by the tone of his voice, to talk about the Emmys that he didn't watch.
I definitely watched the Emmys.
I thought you
called out of work.
Oh, you called out of work to watch them. You
No,
called
I'm
out of work
joking.
to watch the.
I didn't.
I was
didn't
actually
call out of
so
work.
pissed at you.
I didn't call out of work only to watch the Emmys. There were a number of factors, and that
Man's
was
called out of work
one
to watch the Emmys,
that
but no, won't
persuaded.
call out to watch Hannibal Buress with me. That's fine.
No, it was actually I was visiting my sister, at college for family weekend.
I gotcha.
So we were up there, and if I wanted to go to work, then I would have had to leave I would have had to leave a day early, and I was just like, it's easier. Also, the Emmys, and you know what? I was like, might as well just stay the extra day and get to watch the Emmys.
Well, there you go. You heard it here first. Hypocrite Noah is going to go ahead and introduce us to the awards now.
Ooh. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
You're okay. Look, I'm going to say it. He wanted me to use this article instead of a different one. I don't know if that segment made it in, but this is terrible. Look how far down I had to scroll for this. Come on.
Oh, no.
Ridiculous.
God forbid someone gives you a nice intro before you get into the meat and potatoes.
No.
Anyway.
You put the meat and potatoes first, and then you put because no one cares about reading this. No one does.
Who is no
Emmys
one?
Winners list.
Maybe
normal
some
person.
people I don't know about normal people. I feel like normal people aren't checking a list of Emmy winners. They probably
some people want to see.
Don't care that much.
Some people want to see just like, okay, who won? Like they care enough to want to know who won, but don't care enough to read Steve Green and Libby Hill's thoughts on it. You see how long I had to scroll? You see how... Look, for those of you listening, you heard how long of the space there was for me to scroll back up to the authors.
Y'all heard it here first. Kevin is upset about having to scroll twice to get down to...
Twice to get down.
And I will say...
A third time to make a point.
Libby Hill is very nice, actually. Very nice. She co-hosts a podcast that I enjoy quite a bit. Shout out Libby. Now what do you have to say? You have nothing. You have nothing mean to say about Libby.
Needle on the lens better. Needle on the lens better.
All right.
Ratio plus needle and lens better.
Oh my God. All right.
Outstanding comedy series. Go ahead.
We're getting into outstanding comedy series. This category, and basically every category in comedy, should not be a surprise to anyone. Any of these wins, well, maybe one or two. But at least for outstanding comedy series, this is kind of everyone should have expected this. We got Blackish, Cobra Kai, Emily in Paris, Hacks, The Flight Attendant, The Kaminsky Method, Pin 15, and Ted Lasso. Obviously Ted Lasso coming out with the win, which when we talked about our predictions, we kind of knew Ted Lasso was going to sweep. It had like 20 nominations, I think. It was the front runner. It had been winning so many other awards in other places. So it was this was just kind of a gimme. And
it
for the comedy,
to be expected.
Yeah, and for all the comedy categories, like Ted Lasso was all over the place. So it was looking like they were set up for a sweep, honestly, kind of like how Schitt's Creek did last year.
Yeah.
So I couldn't say that I was upset about that. Ted Lasso, I enjoy. Obviously, I would say Pin 15 is my favorite show in that category. But I mean, I love Pin 15, and I also, I love Ted Lasso, and I also love Hacks. So not mad at all to see Ted Lasso come out on top. Any thoughts on that, Kevin?
Still haven't seen Ted Lasso. Kevin doesn't watch TV. Yeah, that's it.
And
I'm trying. I'm really trying. And like valid. I did.
It's okay.
I did. I was getting into it when I finished Brand New Cherry Flavor, but now I'm just like, I'm so lazy to start another show. But I need to. And it's just like my thing is just having time. When I do have time, like I get hella into it. But then
Yeah.
I'm also just like, all right, what else can I do with my time right now? And would I rather do that than sit down
And
and watch
it's
TV?
so wild because that's like how I am. I'm kind of the opposite. I'm like, what? Like I could do something else right now, but I could also sit down and watch TV.
See, my thing is, I'm the guy who streams for 6 hours and plays video games. So,
Yeah, see
that's a
that.
little bit different. I'm like, I have free time. What am I going to probably lean more towards?
Yeah, and we're
That's just
just
that.
we're very different in that way because this is where I thrive right
No,
here.
I do want to try to watch more TV though. So that way, this
Yeah.
time next year when we're doing Neon Lens covers the Emmys to Electric Boogaloo,
You got something
I'll be
to
ready.
say
And I
about it.
have, yeah, exactly. I'll have something to contribute. And
Yeah,
even during the awards predictions time as
that
well.
too. That too. But
Outstanding lead actress in a comedy series.
yep, we got Adie Bryant for Shrill, Kaylee Cuoco for The Flight Attendant, Allison Janney for Mom, Tracy Ellis Ross for Blackish, and Jean Smart for Hacks. And once again, with everybody kind of predicted Jean Smart would end up winning this, and she did because it's just kind of one of those performances where you can't deny
Right.
how good she is. It's also Jean Smart, so she's literally beloved in the industry. She got a standing ovation for her win. Uh yeah, and she gives a great performance in the show too. And I love the show. I can't really think the only other person I would have really loved to see here win was Adie Bryant,
Right.
which
Yeah.
I didn't think was possible. And I don't think she necessarily gave a better performance than Jean Smart. So I think this is where it should have gone. I'm pretty sure this is who I predicted to win.
Pretty
I don't
sure.
remember. Yeah, I don't remember
I don't
all the way
remember. We
back.
got to start before we do these episodes. We got to watch the prediction episodes and see how much we
Yeah,
got right. So
we
we could
did.
do like
I used to do that with the Oscars a lot.
we'll do when is the Oscars again? Now that I think about it.
They're in January
Okay. So yeah,
usually. It
that'll
might
be
be
one
in
of the
well,
first
actually,
episodes
it
we
might be
do.
in February. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that'll be one of the first episodes we do of the new year then. And
Yeah.
we'll check through our Oscars prediction episode, which I think we did. I don't remember now, but we'll check through that and we'll
No, I
bracket
don't think
it
we
out.
did an Oscars prediction. Maybe not.
I thought we did. I could have sworn we did.
Maybe. I don't remember back that far, honestly. But yeah, happy to see that. No complaints or upsets there, honestly. Like, I think, yeah, the comedy category, like even going when we go move on to lead actor, there's just nothing too surprising thus far into these nominations. Obviously, they didn't happen in this order on the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in outstanding lead actor in a comedy series, we've got Anthony Anderson for Blackish, Michael Douglas for The Kaminsky Method, William H. Macy for Shameless, Jason Sudeikis for Ted Lasso, and Kenan Thompson for Kenan, and obviously Jason Sudeikis for Ted Lasso
Yes.
as the titular Ted Lasso won. And yeah, it's not one of those things. It's just really not a surprise to anyone. I'm pretty sure Jason Sudeikis was high as he was accepting his award because his eyes were pretty red, and he was also high at the Golden Globes. So it's just like this just seems kind of like his go-to method for award shows. And you know what? I can't even blame him because it's probably a very stressful thing to do. Sometimes you just gotta take the edge off. You just gotta take the edge off.
Yeah. No, I definitely
yeah.
can't fault
No.
him for that. But hey,
It was
Ding dong.
nice to see him win. Not that it was a surprise by any means, but he was overdue. He was overdue for a nice Emmy there. I'm happy to see he's finally getting him some good roles that are bringing him awards recognition. So
very true.
happy in that category as well. So yeah, for so far this comedy, like, got nothing bad to say. We got outstanding supporting actress in a comedy series. Adie Bryant's nominated again, but this time for SNL.
Yep.
Hannah Einbinder for Hacks, Kate McKinnon for SNL, Rosie Perez for The Flight Attendant, Cecily Strong for SNL, Juno Temple for Ted Lasso, and Hannah Waddingham for Ted Lasso. And then Hannah Waddingham ended up taking home for Ted Lasso, which, once again,
I think we predicted.
yeah, I
Because
mean,
I think we said Hannah or Hannah. I think that was my logic.
Oh yeah.
Either of the Hannahs would win.
You did say it was going to be either of the Hannahs, and I think you ended up going Hannah Waddingham. And I think that was definitely obviously the best choice now.
Big
but
brain
both the
play.
Hannahs. During our predictions, I hadn't seen all of Hacks. Or maybe I hadn't even started. I can't remember.
I think you did. I think you started it.
I had started.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, but I mean, they both give really great performances. I think Hannah Waddingham, obviously, well, not obviously, because a lot of people haven't seen, but I think she gives the showier performance, and just kind of gets a little bit. Her character has a bit more range of emotions,
right?
So I think it's easier to look at something like that. It's kind of like the thing where you see like, where like someone submits like an Oscar or like themselves for an Oscar, and it's like, oh, what episode they're going to choose to submit? Like it's going to be the one where they cry or have a screaming whatever.
White man yells.
Yeah, like that type of Adam Driver Marriage Story type beat. So yeah, she gets to do a little bit more in there. So definitely not upset about that, and happy to see her take it home.
I love seeing those videos where it's like, oh, my favorite acting performances, and it's like, oh, these are all just white dudes yelling.
They are all white dudes. Granted, sometimes the yelling is good.
It's good yelling
is good. You can tell good yelling from bad yelling.
You can definitely tell
good yelling from bad yelling.
That is true. But also, yelling's yelling.
Yelling is yelling. And usually that's the thing. Is like people are always going to gravitate more towards the showier parts of the performances rather than the more like subtle and kind of nuanced parts of the performance, because they're, I don't know. Yeah, they're just not as showy. So when you think of outstanding supporting actress, you want to see like, oh my gosh, they're just going to a level that I could have never imagined. And usually that is with screaming and crying.
Yeah, I guess so. For white dudes, it's yelling. For white women, it's crying and screaming.
Yeah, or sometimes both. Both for both.
A little bit of both.
But yeah. Moving on, we've got outstanding supporting actor in a comedy series, and we've got Carl Clemens Hopkins for Hacks, Brett Goldstein for Ted Lasso, Brendan Hunt, Ted Lasso, Nick Mohammed, Ted Lasso, Paul Reiser, The Kaminsky Method, Jeremy Swift, Ted Lasso, Kenan Thompson, SNL, and Bowen Yang for SNL. And obviously, as we see, Brett Goldstein came out on top, which, yeah, not
no surprises
too surprised there. Out of everyone that was nominated from Ted Lasso, he definitely had the best chance of winning. There was some kind of doubt in my mind that maybe there would be some kind of vote splitting, because we saw that last year with Succession. They had multiple people nominating categories, and none of them ended up taking it home. But I think Brett Goldstein's performance is so undeniable, especially up against the other people in this category. Like, his performance is so good.
Holy shit! I didn't even realize they had 4 from Ted Lasso in this category. God damn.
Yeah, it was a stacked category for Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those where his performance is so undeniably good that you kind of have to go. You have to go with him. Like, he's giving one of the best performances on that show. Yeah, arguably the best. But it's probably Jason Sudeikis, if we're being realistic. But yeah, really happy to see him go home with it. It would have been cool to maybe see Bowen Yang or
I think we talked about
take
that.
it. Yeah. But I'm so happy Brett Goldstein got it, and his speech was so good. It was so funny. Yeah, I really can't even be mad. This is what had to happen, and I'm happy about it.
There you go.
So moving on to outstanding writing for a comedy series. We've got Hacks with Luciano Aniello, Paul W. Downs, and Jen Skatsky. We've got Maya Erskine for Pen 15, Meredith Scardino for Girls 5 Eva, Jason Sudeikis, story by Brendan Hunt, Joe Kelly, Ted Lasso. And then we've also got Jason
I
Sudeikis,
forgot
Bill
the
Lawrence story. Yeah, story by Brendan Hunt for Ted Lasso. There's different episodes,
I forgot
that
about that.
aren't that aren't listed here. Oh, we've also got Steve Yockey for the flight attendant. But yeah, the reason Ted Lasso was nominated twice is because there were different episodes.
Yeah.
But this one ended up going to Hacks.
Vote splitting.
And this was for the Hacks pilot. And yeah, definitely, I think, a case of vote splitting here. You got 2 Ted Lasso episodes. One of them was, I believe, the pilot, and the other one was Make Rebecca Great Again, I think. Which are both very great episodes. Actually, all of these episodes were great. And, the Hacks pilot is also very good. If I had to choose, I would have gone with the Pen 15 episode, which was a play episode, a phenomenal episode of TV. Phenomenal episode of TV. But I was so happy to see Hacks win. I didn't know that they were going to get to take home anything other than Gene Smart. So it was so great to see all of them up on stage, and they had a super funny speech. And I don't think they were prepared entirely to actually win.
Yeah.
But they did. They seemed to have like a bit ready, and it was like, it was pretty funny. And I'm so happy that they got to go home with something. Because honestly, it would have been sad to not see them go home with anything. Because it is a great show. And they're all great writers. So yeah, very happy there. Anything to contribute thus far, Kevin?
I've seen Pen 15 once.
Oh, look at that. Kevin,
no, I've seen a couple episodes. You need to tell me which episode this is, though. I'll check it out. You had some very, very high praise of it.
It's called, I think it's literally just called Play.
Play. Okay. I guess I'll find it then.
Features a play.
Wow, really? Wouldn't have guessed.
Right?
Wouldn't have guessed.
So next we've got outstanding directing for a comedy series. We've got Lucia Aniello for Hacks, Zach Braff for Ted Lasso, James Burrows for Be Positive, MJ Delaney for Ted Lasso, Susanna Fogel, The Flight Attendant, Declan Lowney, Ted Lasso, and James Widows for Mom. And Lucia Aniello for Hacks took this one.
Yes.
As well. Which, once again, I do think, we have 3 Ted Lasso episodes in this category. So
probably some vote splitting.
Probably another case of vote splitting. Yeah.
Recount.
Yeah, I believe this was also for the Hacks pilot.
Right.
Which was a good episode of TV. I honestly, if I had to choose though, I might have given this one to Ted Lasso. I might have given it to Ted Lasso and Zach Braff. I don't really rock with Zach Braff too much, but that episode is great. It was the Biscuits episode. It was really good. I loved it so much. The episode ended. I saw it was directed by Zach Braff. I was like, really? Man, I can't even lie. That was a great episode of TV.
It's like that one tweet where it's like, shocking or devastating. The person you hate the most has a good point or whatever, or you agree with that one. And that article. Love that. I
really wish I didn't have to admit it, but that was a good episode. That was a really good episode. Probably my favorite episode of season 1, Ted Lasso.
Well, there you go. You heard it here first. Noah, #1 Zach Braff fan.
That is the opposite of what I said. If I have to continue to denounce Zach Braff in every episode that follows this one, I will do it if I have to. But yeah, happy for Hacks, happy for Luciana Aniello to win that. And it was kind of like I'm pretty sure it was back to back. So they won the writing one first, and then she came back up for this one, and they were just like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. But once again,
Hacks 2 for 2.
That's what happens when you vote split. And I feel like some of these shows would be better off maybe just submitting one episode. I know they want to get their name out there, and nominations are still good because obviously it racks up that nomination number.
Yeah.
But then if you're not taking home as many prizes as you could, I don't know.
Noah,
But
TV showrunner consultant,
hey, I'm
Emmys
just saying,
award consultant.
please get me on your awards team, and I'll get you some Emmys. I'll get you some Emmys. Come on.
Dang, is that a guarantee? That's a money back guarantee?
It's not a complete guarantee, but I can definitely, if somebody put me on the Apple TV Plus awards team, I would have said, you submit the Biscuits episode, you're gonna win an Emmy. Right there. I would have bet money that if they had just submitted one Ted Lasso episode, they would have won this category. Easily.
Who knows?
But hey,
the world may never know.
That's just me. But that's everything for comedy.
Yes.
Overall, very little surprises besides the 2 Hacks wins.
Those 3 Hacks
which
wins. Oh, well, Gene Smart was the other one.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, the surprise were the 2 wins.
Okay.
The other one wasn't really a surprise, but besides those 2, and even those you could have, predicted due to just seeing how many other Ted Lasso nominees there were in the categories.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, comedy category, no surprises, went over pretty well. No complaints there. But next we move on to drama and all of our drama nominees, which yeah, we'll get into it. Not too many surprises here either.
Right.
But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So we got outstanding drama series here. We got The Boys, Bridgerton, The Crown, The Handmaid's Tale, Lovecraft Country, The Mandalorian, Pose, and This Is Us. And The Crown came out on top.
Yes.
Took home outstanding drama series. This is the first time Netflix has won one of the top series prizes. Yeah, because they'd never been able to win like a comedy series or a drama series, so they finally, yeah, it would always go.
They finally
to, like,
struck gold.
Yeah, it'd always go like Hulu or FX or HBO.
That's really crazy because like Crown's been around for a minute, hasn't it? And like the Emmys have already proved that they love the Crown so fucking much.
But while the Crown has been airing, you also have to consider we still had Succession on the air for 2 seasons, and we also had Game of Thrones.
Okay. Yep.
So
there you go.
It was kind of
and this year, a lot.
This year the Crown got lucky because this category is not the strongest drama series category we used to be seeing, and they got lucky that Succession didn't get to come back this year because next year there's no chance.
No questions asked.
But they got their year this year. They won drama series. Like I said, this nomination field isn't the strongest. And so they kind of were able to break through this time. But once again, I think we kind of knew this was going to happen just because, yeah, they love the Crown. The Academy, I don't think loves the Crown as much as the Golden Globes do. But yeah, at least they got this because the Golden Globes aren't happening next year. So,
yeah, well,
we'll they have this Emmy win, which is definitely better than that.
That's a big check.
Yeah. So we got drama series. Next category was outstanding lead actress in a drama series. We had Uzo Aduba in Treatment, Olivia Colman for The Crown, Emma Corrin for The Crown, Elizabeth Moss, The Handmaid's Tale, MJ Rodriguez for Pose, and Journey Smollett for Lovecraft Country. And it ended up going to Olivia Colman for The Crown, which was definitely, although I had a feeling it would go to The Crown, I thought Emma Corrin take this one home. Because
yeah, I think we did discuss that.
Yeah, because they had like a kind of a bigger role this season. I still haven't seen The Crown. I
Yeah.
don't know. Part of me is just like, I don't know. It just doesn't grab me in. It's always period pieces for me
Look,
are a big
all you need to know is my dad watches that show.
ah that does say a lot. I know,
There you go.
but it's got some younger fans too. It just it just hasn't done enough to grip me into really wanting to watch it.
Right.
Um and hopefully one day I can get around to it. But yeah, but
Yeah.
I knew that Emma Corrin had a bit of a pretty big role this season. So I thought maybe it would have gone to her, but obviously, the Academy loves Olivia Colman. Who doesn't love Olivia Colman? She's amazing.
There you go.
So she ended up taking this. As I said in the predictions, MJ Rodriguez would have been so good. Been so good. I don't think she genuinely had a chance.
Yeah.
But seeing like how Zendaya won this category last year, it was like maybe they're trying to go for something a little more unexpected, a little more left field. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
anyone had pegged Zendaya as front runner last year.
Right.
And they could have done they could have had something big here. Probably would have been, I don't know, maybe this stat might not be right, but it probably would have been the first time that a trans actress was able to take home one of the top 4 acting
You know what?
um
I'd like to think that it is the
categories.
only, or would be the first time because I can't, none to my memory
Yeah,
have
MJ,
happened.
she might have also been the first like trans woman nominated.
Yeah,
Um,
it also could have been that much as
uh,
well.
yeah, I can't remember back when nominations came out. Maybe that
Mm,
was it. But Olivia Colman,
mm,
we do like Olivia Colman. Does she have more than enough awards at this point in her life?
probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I can't get mad at Olivia Colman, nor can I get mad at the opportunity to see her give another speech because she always gives great speeches.
Mm.
MJ, this was her last chance to win for Pose because it was Pose's last season.
Ah,
But
that's unfortunate.
but hopefully she gets another show that comes along.
Hmm.
Well, she does have another show lined up for Apple TV Plus. Hopefully, maybe that'll get some awards love. We can get you that Emmy girl. We're gonna get it for you.
Fingers
I
crossed. I
am.
remember the day after the Emmys, though, there was a lot of talk about how no actors and actresses of color won in the acting categories. There was some
Yeah.
in writing and directing, I think, but none
Yes.
in acting,
Yeah, and that was a
despite
big thing.
record nominations.
Yeah. So there were tons of nominations across the board. It was a big thing. They were like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, it was looking pretty good for Black people there. Um, but but nothing ended up coming out here. Um, yeah, no people of color taking home those top awards,
Hmm.
which I feel like I've kind of already talked about how I feel about like you know award shows and representation and whatnot, whatever. But it's just like in a way, I'm not necessarily surprised because I don't think even when I was making predictions, I had any um any people of color winning any of those top awards because it just, I mean, seeing who was nominated, I was like, no, there's not really a chance. There's not really a chance. Although I did say in a perfect world, MJ would have won.
That would have been, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's and I will say like it wasn't even. I can't. When I look at it, I'm like, I don't know who necessarily. Besides in this actress category, I'm like MJ could have won. MJ could have definitely won. I think maybe in the there were come in the acting categories or the actor categories that I maybe could have seen someone else winning.
There was
But
a there was another one that they talked about. They kind of debated them like it's essentially the exact same thing
yeah.
that happened to Chadwick. I want to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it
yeah.
was
Oh, it was for Michael
yeah
K. Williams.
S-
Um
yeah,
Probably. But
and then they gave it to someone who wasn't there to accept it. That was the big thing.
Tobias Menzies.
Yeah,
But yeah, we'll get to that in a second, which
we
we
will.
will we will dig into that.
Yeah, we'll
But-
truck along here.
We got outstanding lead actor in a drama series, which we got Sterling K. Brown, This Is Us, Jonathan Majors for Lovecraft Country, Josh O'Connor for The Crown, Regé-Jean Page for Bridgerton, Billy Porter for Pose, and Matthew Rhys for Perry Mason. Now, Josh O'Connor ended up taking it for The Crown, which I believe I predicted
Probably.
because it's The Crown. And yeah, I don't think there was necessarily anyone else here that I thought would win it, except for possibly Regé-Jean Page. Actually, now I think about it, maybe I predicted him or had him as like a runner-up potentially. But yeah, I don't know that the Academy loved Lovecraft Country enough, like more than The Crown, for Jonathan Majors to actually take that home. Sterling K. Brown is one of those people. He won the award at one point, and then they just kind of just gonna keep throwing him in there just because I guess
Like,
he's
ooh,
still
we know that name.
yeah, exactly, which is what I feel like happens to Blackish at this point.
Yeah.
And everyone from there, like, they're just like, I'm not even sure people are actually still like genuinely tuning in, but they're just like, no, yeah, I think they're probably doing good stuff. Throw them in, throw them out there. But yeah, I'm not necessarily surprised here. Billy Porter also already won. And I'm not, I didn't know if I expected them to, although I think Pose being in its last season gave it a little bit more of a push, which is why I think someone was like MJ was able to sneak in there because they, like the Academy tends to show a little more love to shows in their last season, rather than giving them their flowers while they're on the air. It's the whole thing, but yeah, not too surprised at Josh O'Connor here. He, yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure I predicted him. I didn't really think anyone else was gonna end up taking this one home. So yeah, that's the thing. It's just this award show was not as interesting because so many like award shows are interesting when you don't know who's going to win and when you have like categories full of people that are all really strong, which we'll get to closer to the limited series talk. But like as far as like comedy and drama, like I don't think we had a super strong pool of nominees anywhere, which in the prediction episode I talked about probably because, you know, a lot of shows couldn't come back because of COVID. So the pool of shows we're working with here are different than what we normally would have seen. But you know, The Crown is tried and true. And so Josh O'Connor took that one home. Which not too surprising, you know. It would have been cool to see Jonathan Majors take home an Emmy. That would have been nice. But I mean, he's just getting started in the industry. I have no doubt he'll have an Oscar or an Emmy on his shelf at some point in the near future.
Soon enough.
Yeah. But next up, we got outstanding supporting actress in a drama series. Gillian Anderson for The Crown, Helena Bonham Carter for The Crown, Madeline Brewer for The Handmaid's Tale, Ann Dowd for The Handmaid's Tale, Anjanae Ellis for Lovecraft Country, Emerald Fennell for The Crown, Yvonne Strahovski for The Handmaid's Tale, and Samira Wiley for The Handmaid's Tale. And this category is essentially just The Handmaid's Tale and The Crown with Lovecraft Country nomination thrown in there. Which is kind of
two The Crown though. Oh wait, never mind. There's three.
There's three.
I'm dumb because it's bold and
I got you. Yeah.
I read that as a heading rather than the winner. But yes.
Yeah, we got Gillian Anderson coming out on top.
There you go.
Which, I don't know. I might have predicted Helena Bonham Carter if I remember that, but honestly, did I know a lot? No, because I haven't seen The Crown.
I mean, yeah.
But we love Gillian Anderson. She's great. And genuinely, this category is just kind of boring. Like, you've just got a bunch of people from the same shows in here. It's not interesting. It's not exciting. It's not what you want to see from the Emmys. When you look at a supporting actress category, you want to see blank from this show, someone else from a different show, someone else from a different show, someone else from a different show, and like showcasing a bunch of different performances that are coming from different shows, and that's just not. It's not what we got this year. We didn't get that in drama series, and we didn't get that in comedy series either.
That's tough.
So yeah, it's unfortunate because even something like, when Schitt's Creek is on the air, it doesn't have, and it's getting nominations. It doesn't have so many characters to where it was hogging up tons of nomination spots. It kind of had like the main 4 characters, and there wasn't really any there weren't really any supporting characters nominated, so it still kind of left room for other people to get in.
Yeah.
But with this, I just think we're just gonna have to boil it down to the COVID year and to this category. And yeah, not too exciting, but it's what we got. It's the cards we were dealt. So yeah, no strong feelings about that category, honestly.
I don't have a lot of strong feelings for any of it.
Yeah. Well,
Mando, woo!
Yeah, there you go. Something here.
There you go.
We got outstanding supporting actor in drama series Giancarlo Esposito for The Mandalorian. O.T. Fagbinel. No, probably didn't pronounce that right, but for The Handmaid's Tale.
Clip.
We got John Lithgow for Perry Mason, Tobias Menzies for The Crown, Max Minganella for The Handmaid's Tale, Chris Sullivan for This Is Us, Bradley Whitford for The Handmaid's Tale, and Michael K. Williams for Lovecraft Country, with Tobias Menzies from The Crown.
And here's the debate.
Yeah, and this was the one category here that people were kind of like, oh man.
They didn't push it till the end, right? Like they didn't do that like they did with
No.
Okay.
And the thing is, voting closed for the Emmys before Michael K. Williams passed.
Mm-hmm.
So that wouldn't have had any, that wouldn't have persuaded anyone to vote in any type of way towards his performance here. But Michael K. Williams was seen as one of the front runners in this category, which I could definitely understand because I didn't Lovecraft Country. I think I talked about it a bit. Like I kind of have some issues with that show. I started it and then just kind of decided to let it go. But from what I have seen from the show and just clips I've seen from the show on Twitter and stuff, like Michael K. Williams was giving a really great performance. Seems like he had a really great story arc as well. And obviously he's just a phenomenal actor. But the Academy never even nominated him for what he did on The Wire. So like it's just you'd hope you'd see something here that's like maybe just finally giving him his flowers in like a career win sort of moment.
Yeah.
But it ended up going to Tobias Menzies. They continued their love for The Crown. And yeah, just once again making the drama series race super boring.
Boring. Hopefully we get some good shit for this next year.
Oh, we'll get good stuff because we're gonna have Succession will be back. And Succession is one show. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
You'll allow it?
And you know what? Here's the thing with Succession. You're not going to see people getting upset about Succession sweeping. Why? Because everyone loves that show. It is an undeniably great show. And sometimes like legitimately one of the best shows on television. So it's not like, whereas The Crown, you got people that are like, it's okay. It's not.
I've never actually seen it, but just like kind of like overhead watching it as my dad.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks so boring.
That's the thing with period pieces. They're really hit or miss. Like they're so hit or miss.
It's just, I'm just like, this looks boring.
Yeah. But Succession, such a great show.
It's about a bunch of white people.
And you know what? So is Succession. But here's the thing.
Fun white people.
We love those white people. They're horrible white people. But it's one of the best shows on television.
I need to find the clip, but there's this one video where this guy on TikTok, he was like, "Oh, if you like this show, then you should watch this show." And he was doing a bunch of them, but all of his recommendations were The Good Wife, and he was making a reason like why, like he was connecting it in some way. And then he got to Ted Lasso. He's like, "If you like Ted Lasso, you should watch The Good Wife. It's also a show about mostly white people.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought that was really fucking funny.
It's lots of shows about white people. Lots of shows about white people here.
I mean, it's the Emmys, it's the Academy. Same thing with the Oscars. Like this is shit that we should be expecting by now. Doesn't make it okay. No, of course not.
But
and it's stupid. But
this is what you expect. This is why I don't look for representation from award shows that often anymore, just because it's like these
jaded
award shows are kind of they weren't necessarily made for us. They weren't made to uplift us. They are not voted on always by a body that is representative of the people that you're wanting to see represented in these awards.
We should run to be in the Academy.
We should try to be in the Academy.
Let's do it.
Let's
do it. I want to watch shit early. I want to be sent. I want to be sent fucking, what's it called?
Screener.
Edible arrangements.
Oh, edible arrangements.
And
wow.
cool merch and stuff.
Okay.
No, they totally send that shit out to the Academy.
they definitely they get good stuff.
I want edible arrangements. I want t-shirts. I want cool shit.
They do get like cool packages with like all bunch stuff.
That. I want to be that.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be really, really dope.
Y'all folks sign our petition for Needle and the Lens to join the Academy.
Yes. Either one. TV Academy.
And we're just gonna fuck shit up there while we're there. We're gonna be wild cards.
We definitely will.
We're gonna
yeah,
I was gonna make a really bad comparison, but
I don't even know what was about to come out.
No, I was gonna say we're like Joe Manchin and Christensen.
What are you? This is the guy I gotta. This guy. We're moving to the next category.
I would never want to be that. We are gonna move on to the next category.
We've got just going through these nominations again. The drama series specifically. This was a boring award show.
Yeah.
We've got outstanding writing for a drama series. We've got Yaling Chang for The Handmaid's Tale, Jon Favreau for The Mandalorian, Dave Filoni for The Mandalorian, Misha Green for Lovecraft Country, Peter Morgan for The Crown, Ryan Murphy, Brett Falchuk, Stephen Connells, and Janet Mock, and Our Lady J for Pose, and Rebecca Sonnenschein for The Boys. And
The Boys.
Shockingly, The Crown won in this category. Peter Morgan for The Crown.
Dang, it's almost like they knew to only submit one episode.
And you know what? That's what it looks
better.
like. And The Mandalorian was like, no, we want all the opportunities.
I mean, I feel like The Mandalorian's kind of the underdog show here.
Yeah.
Well, actually, The Boys is probably the underdog show, but Mando's pretty close.
That or in terms of who I could have actually seen winning, The Boys winning would have been shocking. Insane. The Boys winning in any category here would have been wow. Yeah. I would have definitely been shocked. But it would have at least made for something exciting.
Yeah, it would have been like, what? Crazy. Yeah.
Even if The Mandalorian won this category, at least it wouldn't have been The Crown.
Yeah.
I was so tired of hearing The Crown by the end of the show.
Even if The Handmaid's Tale won.
Even if The Handmaid's Tale won,
something different.
Literally something different. This whole category is The Crown.
Wait.
Like literally the entire category is The Crown.
You're lying. Wait, it's that bad?
It's literally the entire category.
No way. No. Oh, wait, that's limited. Oh my God, that's so.
Whole category is Crown.
Oh my God, that's bad. I didn't even realize that it was that. Dude.
That's what we're working with here.
Emmys, you're down bad, man. Bro, she's not gonna fuck you. Calm down.
That's really what they want. I think The Crown is actually maybe going into their last season.
I hope so.
Maybe.
I hope so. Because now I'm tired of hearing The Crown.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the Emmys. I'm tired of hearing it now. Fuck.
I think this is the last category.
It is.
For a drama series. We're going to blow through it. We got Stephen Connells for Pose, Benjamin Caron for The Crown, Jon Favreau for The Mandalorian, Liz Garbus for The Handmaid's Tale, and Jessica Hobbs for The Crown, and Julianne Robinson for Bridgerton. The Crown won.
That's
I
so.
have
Oh
nothing
my
left to say
god.
about The Crown.
The whole drama. That is insane. That's too much. They gotta stop. They gotta
That's
stop.
what a sweep. That's what a sweep is for you.
That's it.
That's what a
Fucking
sweep is
Christ.
for you.
Outstanding limited or anthology series.
I'll say limited or anthology series. Yes. Finally. Good stuff. The good stuff is in the limited category. Because we got I May Destroy You, Mayor of Easttown, Queen's Gambit, Underground Railroad, and WandaVision. Everyone knew this category.
I mean, yeah, of course.
And
Everyone's
the limited
gonna
series category is usually stacked.
Yeah.
Because you just find like these are where a lot of the prestige shows end up. It's just really solid. Honestly, you'll probably end up seeing like the White Lotus in this category next year, I feel like.
Right.
Like you're gonna have those shows that are kind of talked about. And this one, you know, yeah, you've got it all. Because all of these shows, it's very, very critically acclaimed, with maybe the exception of WandaVision. That wasn't necessarily
fairly.
I mean, it was
decently
critically
received.
acclaimed, but it wasn't seen as like prestige TV
Yeah.
in the same way that the other four here are. Now the thing is, the Queen's Gambit, which was seen as the front runner, has it has an insane amount of critical acclaim and was also insanely popular. Like everybody was watching that show.
Well,
So, well, except for Kevin.
No. I feel like there's a decent chunk of people who didn't watch the Queen's Gambit.
There are probably, some people out there that didn't watch it, but
a decent chunk.
I
feel like a lot of, I'm gonna say
show,
a lot of people didn't watch the Queen's Gambit.
I mean, in the grand scheme of people on the earth, there are a large amount of people that didn't watch this show. But this show broke tons of records for Netflix. Like literally the number, like the spike. There was a spike in chess sets. Like they were sold out on the internet.
Weird. That's so weird.
People went wild for the show.
I am planning on watching it though. I've been seeing it because when I was going on Netflix to watch, I saw it and I was like, I'll do you next, I guess.
It's a great show. And like, especially for a period piece, it's so, like, I feel like that's how it's a genuinely great show, because it's a period piece. It had no big names in it. It's about chess. And it's a recipe for disaster, by the way. Exactly. And it was universally beloved and insanely popular. So it's like, it has to be great. Like, it has, like, there's literally no other way a show like this is as successful as it is. So yeah, this category, I predicted, I believe, Queen's Gambit winning. It was one of the front runners, but everything else in this category is so good. The Underground Railroad, obviously, Barry Jenkins, but I didn't know it's got a ton of critical acclaim, but didn't have like the kind of momentum behind it,
right?
And ended up going home with nothing. And it's been I don't know, Barry Jenkins, I feel like he's still getting a lot of love in these circles, but like ever since Moonlight, everything he's done after, like If Beale Street Could Talk, was embraced, but not nearly to the level
not to the same extent
should have been. It didn't even get a Best Picture nomination. I think it only got like a screenwriting nomination at the Oscars.
I think so. I remember it only being in like one category.
Yeah. So it's just been really interesting. Obviously, there's some nominations here for Underground Railroad, but the Underground Railroad didn't get any nominations for acting, which is kind of reminds me of a similar thing to what we saw for Parasite, in terms of sometimes you see these sort of things as only recognizing like the technical aspects of it and not like the actual actors that are in this and the
Oh
actual people
yeah.
that we're seeing on the screen
And that was
bringing this
and
to
that
life.
was so upsetting though, because like
Yeah,
the performances in Parasite are just immaculate, and like they should have,
good.
and it feels weird. Like it
Yeah.
feels weird that they didn't include it, but it won Best Picture, and it's
Right.
like, why though? Like
No,
what's your reasoning? There's
it's
there's
really weird.
something there.
And it's like it feels racist. I'm just gonna
It
say
does. Nope. Yep.
like,
Racially motivated. Racially
uh,
motivated. I was doing the sugarcoating a bit, but no, it's so racially
no,
motivated.
yeah, without a doubt. So it's weird. And granted, this is from front to back a very stacked category, and
Yeah.
we'll also see um why it was difficult for them to put other people in these categories that maybe deserved it. But that's something we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a bit.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
So next up, we've got Outstanding Lead Actor in a Limited Series or TV Movie. And we've got Paul Bettany for WandaVision, Hugh Grant, The Undoing, Ewan McGregor for Halston, Lin-Manuel Miranda for Hamilton, and Leslie Odom Jr. for Hamilton, and Ewan McGregor for Halston took it home.
Yes.
And you know what?
What?
At least I didn't have to hear Hamilton in this category.
Thank
because
God.
it was just like, first off, this is what I was talking about when I was saying this is a reason why there are certain people that couldn't get in these categories because we had Hamilton here.
Fucking Hamilton.
And I think I talked about this in the predictions, but this show should not be here. I mean, this whatever it is you want to call it, it shouldn't be here. It shouldn't be here. It's not a TV movie. It's not a limited series. It's a performance that they recorded 4 years ago and put out on Disney Plus.
Yep.
That's what it is. Y'all have Emmys, y'all have Oscars, y'all have Tonys. Stop. It was so long ago.
Wait, they already have an Emmy?
No, they have one now, but they had
okay, yeah.
Tony, Grammy.
Do they have an Oscar?
Yeah, I believe. Well, maybe not an Oscar. Well, no.
I guess technically it wouldn't qualify.
Yeah, not an Oscar.
Or I mean,
but
like
they do have a Grammy and a Tony for sure. So I'm like, can y'all stay away?
They're just going
please?
for the whole thing.
Can y'all just stop?
They're finding any way to make the whole thing.
Like, and I will apologize publicly for contributing in 2016 to the Hamilton craze.
Yeah, fuck you.
But I was a child. I was in high school. Okay.
You were not a child.
I was a child.
You were a borderline
adolescent. I was an adolescent.
No.
Okay.
I was a child.
You were not that. You were literally a year behind me.
Listen, man.
You were right there. I was an adolescent. I am now a grown adult. Where are we nominating Hamilton? Why are we nominating Hamilton in the first place? You know what? So fine, Ewan McGregor, take your Emmy. Take your Emmy. I don't care. Paul Bettany could have taken this, and that would have been cool. But I legitimately just didn't want to see anyone from Hamilton take this.
Yeah,
nothing against Leslie Odom Jr. Everything against Lin-Manuel Miranda, but yeah, that's how I'm feeling on that category.
Man, well, lead actress.
We got lead actress here. We got Michaela Cole for I May Destroy You, Cynthia Erivo for Genius Aretha, Elizabeth Olsen for WandaVision, Anya Taylor-Joy for The Queen's Gambit, and Kate Winslet for Mare of Easttown. And Kate Winslet took the award. Now this was probably the biggest upset of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And there was always a chance for Kate Winslet to take this category. There was always a chance. However, Anya was definitely the front runner in this category. I think everyone on the internet had a collective moment of shock and a moment of silence for her, myself included.
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, I wanted her to get this. I wanted her to get this. She kind of had already been racking up all the other awards up to this point. But I just wanted to. I wanted her to take home the big one. I wanted her to take home the big one. It's no secret here that I love Anya. She's amazing. She's a phenomenal actress.
Anya Stan over here. Anya Stan 2287.
Okay, and what about it? You're gonna be seated right there for Last Night in Soho, aren't you?
I am. That looks so good. I did a rewatch of the trailer on my Monday show, and I was like, oh god, this looks so fucking good.
I'm not watching that new one. I'm not watching the new one. I won't do it.
I did watch the new one, and it did kind of ruin it.
Yeah, see,
I was like, fuck, I forgot. I was like, wait, this is the new trailer, isn't it? Ah, shit. And I was like, okay.
It did. It had a lot of info in there, huh?
Yeah, a bit too much. But I'm suppressing it in my brain very hard, by the way.
You don't,
and it's working. I already almost don't remember what happened in the trailer. Until you said something, it's coming back, but we're pushing that back down.
No, we're gonna push it back down by getting back into this category.
Yes.
Because this was probably like this and the actual limited series, like big category, were the two most like competitive categories for this Emmys. And because everyone in here is kind of just giving great performances. Like there's not a single bad performer in this category. There's not a single person doesn't really deserve to be here. So yeah, I do think I still expected Anya to take it. I was hoping she would take it. Kate Winslet is a great actress, obviously. But yeah, it was a little sad. I wanted to see Anya get up there. I wanted to see her get up there. But it's okay.
Next time.
You'll get them next time. I'm not sure she'll have another show that is as popular as The Queen's Gambit was, because it was literally insane.
I don't know how.
But
that feels like numbers were fudged there. I didn't even hear about that show until like well after it came out.
Bro, you must have been living under a rock.
Nah.
You were living under a rock.
Nah, streets weren't talking about it. So
everyone was talking about it.
Nah.
Everyone was talking about it. I'm telling you, man. You can look up the stats. Stats speak for
themselves.
No,
I know the stats because I was in. I forgot which class it was. I think it was a production management class. We were going over what were like the number one shows on Netflix. And number one was Cocomelon, obviously, because Cocomelon, best show, NA. But but this was, I think this was either top 2 or top 3 on there for 2020. And I was like, what is this show? I've never heard of this show in my life.
Under a rock, man.
Not under a rock. You want to talk about under a rock? Haven't you still not seen Tiger King?
Dude, but here's the thing. I heard about Tiger King. It was everywhere.
Exactly, because it was everywhere.
I made a willing decision to not tap into that show. And I feel like I didn't miss much.
But it wasn't mysterious shit. It wasn't no mysterious shit.
Neither was the Queen's Gambit.
You walk around, you see people watching it.
This is you're in your DJ Khaled.
It's meant to be watched.
You're in your DJ Khaled era right now.
No. I'm not DJ Khaled. You know, I'm Batman. I'm the real Batman. Not the Warner Bros. Batman. I'm real Batman.
All right, there you go. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about this category. Anya, we're gonna get you something. We're gonna get you a Oscar.
Maybe she's got a chance for Last Night in Soho. Who knows?
We'll see. She is going to be in the new movie from the director of The Lighthouse and who also directed The Witch.
Right.
So we'll see how that fares next award season. Maybe that's her chance.
Maybe.
But next
supporting actress.
We've got outstanding supporting actress in a limited series. Renee Elise Goldberry for Hamilton, Catherine Hahn, WandaVision, Moses Ingram for The Queen's Gambit, Julianne Nicholson for Mayor of Easttown, Jean Smart for Mayor of Easttown, and Philippa Sue for Hamilton. Hamilton, once again, coming up in here. But Julianne Nicholson for Mayor of Easttown ended up taking it, which was also kind of an upset, kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
Because Catherine Hahn.
Oh, she
was kind of seen as like kind of being able to take this one home.
Yeah, no, it
Um,
was. It definitely. I did see a lot online that like people were kind of gunning for her, and she really did kill it in
yeah,
WandaVision. Like
and
she
it's
was a
like
standout.
she was, and this was one of those categories people were like, okay, she could she could win this
She's
because
got a
one,
chance.
she's
WandaVision could
Catherine
take
Hahn.
something. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
she's Catherine Hahn. Everyone loves Catherine Hahn, and she's Agatha. Come on,
Yeah.
we all loved her as Agatha. She was amazing. She's one of the best parts of that show.
Oh no, absolutely.
Um, so when she didn't win this, like if WandaVision was going to take home anything tonight or that night, it was going to be this. And granted, WandaVision did win, I want to say 3
I
creative
think
arts Emmys.
so. Yeah, I think so.
For other stuff, like I think it was like
That was like last week, the week
production
before
design.
though.
Yeah, they always
Like
do
they won it the week
the
before.
creative arts ones a little before. So it got a couple, but it didn't win any acting. And this was going to be the one. If WandaVision was going to secure something, it was going to be this.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And they didn't.
Very upsetting.
Went to Mayor of Easttown. They were really digging Mayor of Easttown.
I guess so. Yeah, it's looking
which
like
I've heard was good. I started watching the first episode at one point. I was like, dang. No one told me this was about a cop.
it. That doesn't sound like it. It sounds like I don't know. It sounds.
You think it's like
medieval.
something like medieval?
Yeah.
No. Granted, she's
Crown
like a
2.0.
she's like a detective, and she's like trying to solve a murder or something. But I was just like, at the time I went to watch it, I was like, man, I'm really not trying to see anything cop centric right now.
Yeah.
I just kind of
Bad
so
taste.
maybe I've heard it's a genuinely good show, but I just yeah, you know. But yeah,
Gross.
sad Catherine Hahn didn't get this. Hopefully we can get her something at some point because
Yeah.
she's too good to not get something.
WandaVision 2, let's go.
Doubt it happened. But honestly, if it did happen, that'd be cool.
And you know, now that I think about it though, like I'm really not surprised WandaVision was nominated because it was definitely the most different of any of the Marvel properties as far as like the Disney Plus series is. And it ditched definitely a lot of the Marvelisms or the superhero isms. And like now looking back on it, I'm like, damn, those last 2 episodes were like just heavy Marvel.
Yeah,
like they lost a lot of the
Like they started like, ooh, we're doing different. We're breaking the formula, and then they like slowly just descended. And then once you get to that last episode, you're like, oh, it's just CGI. We're right back.
Yeah, like, this is just an Avengers movie.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's still good, and like I understand why they had to story arc wise.
Right, and I'm not even mad that it happened.
No, obviously we like Marvel. We talk about fucking Marvel every goddamn week.
Right,
but.
And I think that was maybe one complaint some people had of WandaVision. Like in the start, it's just like there's not enough Marvel stuff, and like obviously they gave us that. We were gonna get to that. I'm not mad that we got that. Like it's part of why we love Marvel. So I think there was definitely I expected it at some point. But I do appreciate that they gave us something different for that front half of the season.
Yeah.
And yeah. But moving on to our next category.
Doop.
We've got Outstanding Supporting Actor in Limited Series. Thomas Brody Sangster for The Queen's Gambit, Daveed Diggs for Hamilton, Papa Asidu for I May Destroy You, Jonathan Groff for Hamilton, Evan Peters for Mayor of Easttown, Anthony Ramos for Hamilton.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of hearing the word Hamilton.
Me too. And
Evan Peters won
for Mayor of Easttown. Which, I am not entirely too surprised. I wish I could remember. We do really have to start writing down who we predict.
I'll make an Excel sheet next time.
Yeah, I wish I could remember who I predicted. Because
why didn't I remember I recommended earlier in the show that we go back through and watch. Why don't I just make an Excel spreadsheet while we're going through the list? I'm dumb as shit.
I mean, yeah, and then now we're already here. We're here at the
but I'm saying for next time when we
for next time
when we do the nominations.
And also I feel like we should also maybe revisit it because sometimes like so much changes from when the nominations come out when it's actually time for the award show. So like I said, and I did say this in the show, I was like, I do reserve the right to change my prediction before this happens.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe before these we briefly revisit our prediction like the week before it happens. So
Yeah,
we
we'll
can,
do it. We'll do it off show, and then
yeah.
just like
Um
we'll have the column for our original picks, and then the column for our revised picks.
right. But yeah, in this category, Evan Peters.
There you go.
And
Boom, boom.
genuinely just happy didn't go to Hamilton. David,
Yep.
you know how we feel about you.
We gotta
We love you, buddy, but
cancel
we had
Hamilton
to,
2021.
we had to shut you out. We had to
Yep.
shut you out of there.
It's gotta. Look, I'm sorry. It needs to die at some point. Okay.
It
I
has
thought,
to die
in
at some point.
2016, it was like, all right, this is just a craze, whatever. And it was dead for a bit. It was dead for a hot minute. And
Mhm.
like, no one was talking about it anymore. Everyone in general kind of stopped talking about Broadway, which I was really happy about.
And they're like, boom.
And they're like, oh no, it's on Disney Plus now. We're like, fuck, I gotta hear people.
Can't escape.
Can't escape it, I guess. I will say though, there's this funny meme floating around on TikTok where it's the song, If I Can Prove That I Never Wrote the Law, but they parodied it.
Yeah.
And it's If I Could Prove That I Never Touched My Balls. That shit's funny. That's so funny.
Highbrow comedy right there.
It's fucking funny though. Look,
I've never.
I'm telling you, when I go on TikTok, just head empty, just no brain.
You know what? That's probably the best way to do it.
Smooth brain humor, like that shit. That's what it is for me.
Probably the best way to do it.
Exactly.
But yeah, we got Evan Peters here, who, I guess looking at this, if they weren't going to go for Hamilton, it's not too surprising.
Yeah.
I think Thomas Brody Sangster gave a great performance, and really added something, like his presence added something really nice to the show. And I love, like, if I had to choose, I would have definitely gone with Papa Sidhu here.
Mm.
Or I May Destroy You, but I don't think that he had a chance. Just knowing what the Academy kind of tends to go for. But not surprised at Evan Peters. It does feel a bit like a bit of a career win, but also like just like he was the right name in the right category that didn't have a ton of other people. Because if they weren't going to go with Hamilton, it was going to be Evan Peters.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's just, it's fine. It's fine. I can't say I was necessarily too invested in anyone super strongly winning this category besides just not winning Hamilton to win. Like, even if David had won for Hamilton, I probably would have still been upset.
That's fair. Moving
and
right along
to a good category, a great category. We've got Outstanding Writing for a Limited Series, or Anthology Series, or Movie. Michaela Cole, I May Destroy You. Laura Donnie for WandaVision. Scott Frank, The Queen's Gambit. Chuck Hayward and Peter Cameron for WandaVision. Brad Inglesby for Mayor of Easttown. And Jack Schaefer for WandaVision.
Disney did not learn their lesson.
They didn't. Had a couple different WandaVisions nominated here, but
I mean, I don't think they would have ever had a chance to win regardless, even if they did consolidate into one episode.
No, I don't think they would have. Especially seeing that Michaela Cole ended up winning. Let's
go.
This was, for me, the most exciting win of the night by far. I did not. I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. I don't remember what I predicted, but I have a feeling I didn't predict Michaela Cole winning. I just didn't think they were going to go her way. But I do think if you were going to, like, if you were going to highlight one part of I May Destroy You, like if you were going to choose one thing that would get awarded, I think this is the best place to award it. It's extremely well written, and Michaela Cole is phenomenal. Wrote it herself. Whole series wrote herself, and it's phenomenal. And she's the first Black woman to win in this category, and it's good for her. Good for her. I wasn't expecting. Indeed. I was not expecting Michaela Cole to win, or I May Destroy You to win anything tonight, and I'm happy. Academy able to open their eyes, even just a little bit. They peeled their eyes away from the crown for 1 second.
Yeah.
And said, you know what?
Like, whoa, other stuff exists? Crazy.
Let's go. I May Destroy You. Let's go. I May Destroy
Let's
You.
go.
And yeah, made me very, very happy. I love Michaela Cole. So excited to see her in everything she does next, and specifically in the new Black Panther. She's going to kill it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, she's being cast as Storm. That's my prediction. I think she's being cast as Storm.
You might be getting a bit ahead of yourself there.
I might be getting a bit ahead of myself, but you know what? No, it can't hurt to manifest.
It definitely can't. Who's the one they're introducing?
Namor?
Also in? No. It's Ironheart, I think. What's the
Riri Williams.
Name? Riri Williams. Yes, they are introducing her in.
Yes, they are.
Black Panther 2 as well. So they're doing a lot of. It's interesting to see, and like I hate to go on a Marvel tangent again, but like they're doing a lot of seemingly world building in these regular movies too. It's very interesting to see that. And I mean, like, obviously, it's hard to just completely introduce new IP in. Like, obviously, they did that with Shang-Chi, but introducing new IP in is hard when you're already a developed kind of universe. So you have to kind of shoehorn people in.
Yeah, and I think
existing stuff.
If they were gonna try to do world building in any movie, this is the best one because I think they already set it up. Like Wakanda was set up so well in terms of like you get a kind of idea of the scope of world building they could kind of do here in terms of different tribes and kind of different people that are there, and they've like really created a great array of supporting characters, and obviously they don't have Chadwick anymore, so that's their best bet, is to expand this world and introduce new people and new characters that we will most likely fall in love with.
Yes.
I hope Michaela Cole as Storm will be one of them.
Knock on wood. There we go. Let's go ahead and truck right along because we're using a lot of time on award shows, as we always do,
as we tend to do.
You know what? You've been doing enough reading, all right? I'm gonna read a little bit faster. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Outstanding directing for a limited and anthology series or movie: Scott Frank, Queen's Gambit, which won Barry Jenkins for The Underground Railroad, Thomas Cale Hamilton, Sam Miller, Michaela Cole for I May Destroy You, Sam Miller, I May Destroy You, different episode, Matt Shackman, WandaVision, Craig Zobel, Mayor of Easttown, and then obviously, like I said, Scott Frank wins for The Queen's Gambit.
Yes.
My input is no surprise, of course, but would have been nice for Barry to win that.
Would have been amazing for Barry to win. Yeah, and I don't think I May Destroy You would have had that, especially because they got nominated twice. So if they were going to go with that, it probably got vote splitting type thing. So it's what it is. It's what it is.
It is what it is. Indeed.
Not mad at it. Not mad at it at all.
Definitely still need to check that out. But we'll do these. Outstanding Variety Talk Series: Conan, Daily Show with Trevor Noah, Jimmy Kimmel, Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, Late Night, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. I guess I'm not mad about that. John Oliver is one of the least insufferable late night.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I predicted John Oliver to win because John Oliver wins every single year.
Yeah.
So yeah, not surprised there at all.
Yeah. Outstanding Variety Sketch Series: Saturday Night Live versus A Black Lady Sketch Show.
A Black Lady Sketch Show didn't stand a chance.
I guess so, but like, who's really doing SNL like that? Let's be real. At least not now. Outstanding Writing for a Variety Series: Black Lady Sketch Show. Last week tonight.
Yep.
With John Oliver. See, this is why I didn't want to do reading, but you know what? We gotta truck through. Saturday Night Live, Amber Ruffin Show, Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Last Week Tonight with John Oliver wins again. Yeah, no investment.
Yeah.
Outstanding Variety Special Live Celebrating America, an Inauguration Night Special. Stephen Colbert's Election Night 2020, Democracy's Last Stand, Building Back America Great Again, Better 20. Jesus Christ, those are too many. The 63rd Annual Grammys, the Oscars, Pepsi, Super Bowl, the halftime show. I was like, I thought it was illegal to own, like, because I don't know if you've done like a ton of media history study, but like obviously like shows in the past would just be entirely run by one company.
Oh, yeah.
Like Coke would have an entire show. It would be like Coke's whatever. I was like, Pepsi can't own the Super Bowl.
Just the halftime show.
Okay.
Just the halftime.
There we go.
And Stephen Colbert election night ended up taking it.
Yeah, the Stephen Colbert's long ass title one. Sure. Outstanding Variety Special pre-recorded 846 Dave Chappelle, which is actually a really good special. A West Wing special to benefit When We All Vote. Bo Burnham's Inside got nominated. That is surprising. I don't remember. Did we cover this category?
We did, and he won a couple of Emmys actually.
Yeah, David Byrne's American Utopia, Friends the Reunion, and fuck. Yeah, fucking Hamilton wins. I probably would have. I would have gone Inside. That's not.
This was another one of the bigger upsets of the night because everyone was predicting Bo Burnham Inside, especially because he was really cleaning up at the Creative Arts Emmys.
Yeah,
he got, I want to say 2 or 3 Emmys.
Unsurprising though. I mean, like that makes sense with just how
but even those were less. They were less whatchamacallit. They were less like even technical based. No, they were like fairly notable, which is why everyone was kind of predicting that he would end up taking it. And also the special was just like super critically acclaimed. Another one of those that was like super critically acclaimed and also very popular. So very upsetting to not see that Bo take it, but also even more upsetting because Hamilton won.
God, fuck. That's how we're feeling. God, please really make it stop.
And also, how are you allowed to submit under limited series and anthology and also under variety special?
Yeah, that's kind of cheaty.
That's like the rules of the Academy. Like somebody needs to fix that so something like this can't happen again. And I also don't want to see Hamilton on my screen ever again. But like,
I don't want to talk about Hamilton anymore.
This is so frustrating. Please, Hamilton and The Crown, go away.
I'll say, please, Academy, don't ever make us talk about Hamilton again. I swear.
Like, I don't want to. And Bo Burnham, Inside is obviously TikTok and it ran it to the ground. But
it really
did. You can't deny. Before it got annoying, we all loved it. We all loved it.
Before those people got a hold of it.
Yes.
It was good.
It was good. And we all enjoyed it. So he definitely deserved to win. It's whatever.
Outstanding competition program. The Amazing Race is still on the air, surprisingly enough. Nailed it. RuPaul's Drag Race, Top Chef, and The Voice, which is also still on the air. RuPaul's Drag Race wins. Honestly, not that surprised. I feel like it's gotten a bit of a resurgence. Like in the past year.
Won, like the Academy loves RuPaul.
Yeah, but I mean, like I feel like a lot more people have been talking about Drag Race lately. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like it's been pretty talked about. I don't know.
I just think like it to me it felt like it had a resurgence lately. But outstanding animated Big Mouth, Bob's Burgers, Jendy's Tartakovsky's Primal. Yep, South Park The Pandemic Special and The Simpsons. No idea what the fuck that is, if I'm being honest.
Gendy, I've heard Primal is phenomenal. And also his Clone Wars series is like, people say it's like one of the best Star Wars properties to kind of.
Oh wait, he did Clone Wars?
Not the Cartoon Network Clone Wars. The like first like there's another original animated Clone Wars. Yeah. And so I think it was honestly cool to see that win. I wasn't expecting it to get that. So that was cool. I still need to check it out. I think it's on HBO Max.
Did we force
Yeah.
you to watch the pandemic special?
You did force me to watch the pandemic special.
We did.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. I was gonna say, like, I felt like I forced you to watch that.
No, that definitely happened last year, around the same time, actually. Well,
look at that.
yeah, I knew around the same time.
And you know, I love me some Bob's Burgers. I was actually originally gonna wear Bob's Burgers shirt for this, but
Really?
yeah, no, I guess I didn't. Maybe if I did, it would have won. Who knows?
Yeah. Honestly, these next ones, we can.
Yeah,
probably...
voice acting. Maya Rudolph wins for Big Mouth and voiceover performance. Guest actress Claire Foy in The Crown. Oh, in a drama series, by the way. Guest actor in a drama series. Don Cheadle didn't win. How did he not win? What the fuck?
So unfortunate.
Courtney B. Vance won for Lovecraft Country, guest actress in a comedy series. Maya Rudolph in SNL, guest actor in a comedy series. Dave Chappelle for SNL. Outstanding actor in short form comedy and drama series. J.B. Smoove, Mapleworth Murders. Outstanding actress in short form comedy and drama series. Kiki Palmer's Turned Up with the Taylors. Outstanding writing for a variety special. Bo Burnham Inside. Let's go. Outstanding casting for a comedy series. Ted Lasso. Theo Park. Outstanding casting for a drama series. The Crown. Fuck. Robert Stern. Outstanding casting for a limited or anthology series or movie. The Queen's Gambit. All of those names. Outstanding choreography for a variety or reality programming. Derek Ho. Dancing with the Stars. Outstanding choreography for scripted programming.
This might be getting into creative arts ones now.
Yeah. I'm running through them though.
Oh, you're running through all of them?
Yeah, I'm running through them. We'll do it. Okay. Debbie Allen, Dolly Parton's Christmas on the Square. Outstanding commercial. You Can't Stop Us. Nike. Outstanding directing for a variety series. Don Roy King, Saturday Night Live. Outstanding directing for a variety special. Bo Burnham's Inside. Outstanding lighting design, lighting direction for a variety series. SNL. Outstanding. All right. Where's the one that WandaVision won? Queen's Gambit wins for music comp. Music comp for drama. Ludwig Göransson for Mando. Music direction. Bo Burnham's Inside. No surprise.
Yep. I guess the All Along one. For whatchamacallit? Original song. Cool.
Okay. Hold on. Where's bolded WandaVision? There we go. There you go. Outstanding production design and...
I think there are 3 of them.
There you go. Fantasy sci-fi costumes.
And it's the original song.
Original music and lyrics. Honestly, certified bop. Can't complain.
Yeah.
There we go. That's we did it.
Emmys.
We talked about the Emmys for way too long.
The best Kevin's favorite podcast episode.
Exactly. When we talk about the Emmys and I sit here silent for half the episode.
Yeah.
So I had to throw myself back in. But let's just go ahead and run right through it because we don't have a lot of time. Let's talk about what happened this past week. So 4 or so days ago, let's say, right? Billboard puts out this tweet right here.
Yeah.
Is Drake in 2021 now as big as Michael Jackson or the Beatles at their peaks? What would the Neil Lens podcast be without me misreading something? Let's look at some of the factors behind Drake's incredible chart bow, and it talks about all of the records Certified Lover Boy broke and all of that jazz. Now, this brought up a lot of questions because people are like, how the fuck dare you compare him to Michael Jackson? And rightfully so, because how the fuck dare you? Question mark.
Yeah. See, and nobody had anything to say about the Beatles because
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, like the Beatles were big or whatever, but Michael Jackson, like I'm sorry, you're not. I don't think there will ever be an artist as big as Michael Jackson was. I won't say ever, but
I don't think that there will. I genuinely do not think that there will be an artist as big as Michael Jackson.
Like there's no way. And here's the thing, the biggest thing. And let me, I'll go ahead and run through this TikTok because we're gonna ignore that because that's another video on my likes that I just swiped through. But let's go ahead and
Drake will never be as big as Michael
Let's do this
Jackson, and
video.
here's why. In
Let's
the era of
see what's
streaming,
going on.
Drake has 66 million monthly listeners, and that's quite a bit, right? Especially with him beating his own records in streaming, earning himself 132 million single-day streams. And that was a record that he beat. But what most people fail to realize is that 2021 and back in the 1990s are much different. If you wanted to get an album, you had to go out and buy yourself a physical CD, which is about $10. And each time somebody bought a CD, it's considered a sale. Now look at this. 1,500 streams is one album sale. So if you do the math, his 132 million streams turns into 88,000 pure sales. Now that's one day. Pretty good, right? 50 billion total. You only get 33 million pure sales. You're probably thinking that's a lot. But how much did Michael Jackson get? Michael Jackson has earned at 70 million, upwards of 120 million on just Thriller. That's one album.
And I will say that's not necessarily a fair comparison because obviously
Right.
Thriller is still selling well today.
Right.
So like if we wanted to make the comparison, it would be like, okay, how much did Thriller sell in the first month?
Right.
That's the one thing I'll say on that.
Right. And it is
No shade to this creator. He's doing a lot of good work though.
No, for sure. And it would be interesting to see if streaming weren't around, how many people would be like, what would those pure sales look like?
Yeah.
Because it would just be interesting to see how that translated. But yeah, it's just the way we consume music now is so different.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Like it's hard to compare like the streaming numbers to the to what we've got pure sales from Michael Jackson, but even still we're seeing he was selling way more. And I think one of the biggest reasons is like Michael Jackson had appeal over like through every demographic.
Yeah.
Right. So like my parents aren't listening to Drake,
Of course not.
but people's parents were listening to Michael Jackson.
Nah, bro.
and people's
Your
kids were
dad doesn't
listening
love
to
Way
Michael
Too
Jackson.
Sexy?
He unfortunately does not.
What a shame.
I know. So it's like, people's parents, people's grandparents, and people's kids and grandkids all listening
Everyone
to Michael
was
Jackson.
listening to Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Everyone knew who
and-
Michael Jackson was.
exactly.
That's
I don't
that's
think
not necessarily fair. I'll
we're
say
gonna
everyone
have-
in America knew who Michael Jackson was.
that is true. But I mean, Michael Jackson also had.
He did
global
still
appeal,
have
too.
worldwide. What the fuck? Worldwide appeal. I'm gonna take a step back and drink some water.
Yeah, you go ahead and do
Go
that.
ahead.
But yeah, Michael Jackson had appeal across every single demographic, which is something Drake is simply never going to be able to have, if only because one,
Because he makes degenerate
hip-hop
rap music.
yeah, like it's not gonna happen. Like Kathy that you see when you go to the grocery store is not about to throw on a Drake record. She's just not gonna do it. It doesn't even matter how like palatable it is
Yeah.
on like non-hip hop listeners' ears, like at least adults. I mean, because like obviously there are kids that don't listen to hip hop music, but will still like regularly listen to hip hop music, but would still maybe have a song like Hotline Bling or a song like I don't know, Passion Fruit or One Dance, like the big ones,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Drake's not gonna have that kind of appeal. And I think that like that's nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just the fact of what is the reality of music right now. And so I don't think we're ever gonna see anything like that because the way music is made now, I can't say that it's made to appeal to all demographics. Like I feel like maybe the biggest artist I can think of that appeals to a wide variety of people is maybe like maybe Bruno Mars. I feel like has like really like a pretty wide appeal. Because like he's someone who even my dad who doesn't listen to music like that is like, man, love that Bruno Mars guy. He's like his lyrics are sometimes very vulgar, but I love that guy. It's just like, okay. But I think that's maybe someone like that. Even The Weeknd to some degree.
Yeah, to an
degree.
extent, but I think just because he
Um,
still exists within that lane of hip hop, he
Right.
still
Right.
loses a lot of those older audiences.
Yeah. So I think like I don't think and even
Plus,
like
he has
obviously
a song about cocaine, obviously.
he does.
That won a Kids' Choice Award,
he has-
by the
he
way.
has
Never forget.
He has a lot of songs about cocaine. But yeah, that's what I was saying. I think the person that I can think of off the top of my head would be Bruno, that kind of has a bigger
I feel like
can
Adele's pretty
appeal.
close.
And Adele, that's a really
Yeah.
good one. Adele's definitely bigger than Bruno. And so but she's also probably not bigger than Drake. I don't know. And she's been gone for so long. And the last
Yeah.
time she dropped an album, like music changes so quickly now.
It really
that
does.
The last time Adele dropped music is so like we consume music differently now. Because I remember I bought Hello on iTunes. I would never buy a song on iTunes.
Who's gonna buy songs on iTunes now?
Who's gonna buy songs on iTunes now? Just the people that are like, I need to support my favorite artist. Oh my god! Like,
Tell them to get a Bandcamp. They get more of the.
Bandcamp. Drake's not on Bandcamp.
But tell them to fucking if they want. I mean, I guess. If Drake's your favorite artist, he doesn't need your extra support, dude.
That is true. That is true.
He's got
I'm
money.
thinking like more like small. It's like I don't know, like
tell them to get a Bandcamp.
But they're not that small. You know, I'm thinking of people on the level of like
Can still get a Bandcamp.
Can they? I'm thinking of someone like I don't know, maybe a Corday. Like
Corday
maybe
can still
someone
get a
like
Bandcamp.
that. What? Corday is too big for a Bandcamp.
He could still
too
have a
big for a
Bandcamp. It's
Bandcamp.
just what do you mean? It's just another outlet for fans to consume
you have to
your
think
music.
about the type of artists that are going on Bandcamp. It's like when like someone with like a huge platform already goes on like OnlyFans or something. It's
Okay,
like this
so
isn't
but that's
made
not-
for you.
I don't
Like,
think
Bandcamp, I feel like, is made for smaller artists that aren't like as like that a hard time like generating traffic in other areas. Like it's a very indie sort of place.
See, but here's the thing. Corday going on Bandcamp, I was going to say OnlyFans for a second. Corday going on Bandcamp is not going to have nearly the amount of harm as Bella Thorne going on OnlyFans and practically breaking the platform.
You're not wrong, but it's also to the point of like, does Corday need to be on Bandcamp? Like he doesn't
They don't
need to be on Bandcamp.
but like that's it's just a better way to support the artist that has
it is, but I think it's also
larger
kind of
revenue
one of those
share.
things like someone would like it would be probably looked down upon for someone like him to make a Bandcamp, which isn't to say Bandcamp is looked down upon. I don't look down upon Bandcamp, but I think in the greater music landscape, people would
It would just be like, oh,
"Corday's
what do you
on
need that for?"
Bandcamp?"
Yeah, it's like, what do you need
oh,
that
you
for?
really struggling to pay the bills, buddy? Like, you know,
we're
like,
all struggling to pay the bills out here, all
we're all
right?
struggling to pay the bills.
Don't judge him. Don't judge him.
Don't. You shouldn't. But
Let
I
Corday
think,
make a Bandcamp.
you know, actually, I
2021.
will say though, Phoebe Bridgers is on Bandcamp. Phoebe Bridgers is
Exactly.
on Bandcamp.
I was gonna say I just bought the Japanese breakfast record on Bandcamp
Yeah,
today.
I feel like though it is definitely
Since they
terms of
kind of fulfill
indie-
that like indie lane, yeah.
in terms of genre.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I feel like it kind of is there still can occupy
It's
that lane.
acceptable.
But anyway, that's a
in a
totally
sense.
different discussion.
Yes, we're on we're on a very different rant right now. But yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna have an artist that with that wide of an appeal as Michael Jackson did. Because like you said, literally everyone knew who Michael Jackson was and listened to Michael Jackson's music. His music was everywhere. It was in the barbershops. But like you knew the music. He has some of the most iconic songs of all time. And we didn't even talk about it. I actually haven't looked at Rolling Stone's list of top 500 songs of all time, but I'm pretty sure there's Michael Jackson shit on there.
I
didn't bother. I was like, are we going to do an episode on that? I don't want to.
It's a frustrating list.
No, so I've heard. But it's just we're never going to get that again because looking at how much pure sales, like how much money his music has generated.
Yeah.
Drake wishes. And like that's the thing
just
is like
strictly off of music, like he's,
the population I'll say between the 90s and now of the world hasn't necessarily grown all that much. So it's not like, oh, there's a ton more people right now to listen to Drake's music. Like, you could argue that if you wanted to like make some sort of statistical statement.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and now it comes into question is, would Michael Jackson be as successful if he was making music in the streaming era? Like, or if streaming was around back then? Because if we could weigh the two against each other, like in an equal playing field, because now look, I don't want to, but I'll make the case for Drake. No one's buying albums anymore.
Yeah.
It's
not going to happen.
Exactly. So he's not going to get those pure sales, but the numbers from streaming, if you want to just compare straight numbers to numbers, I mean, I'd argue more people are listening to Drake. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I haven't looked at the direct numbers. I haven't looked at the direct numbers because now we're getting into, okay, are we like, do they have numbers for unique streams? As in like, if someone listens to something twice, that doesn't count. I don't know if we could ever possibly have
but
that
here's
sort
the
of
thing. If that you were going to try and translate that stream into a buy, someone doesn't get it doesn't count twice if someone, runs their CD back to listen to it again, which is also another.
That's what I'm saying. Can we, there's, I don't think any realistic way that we could look at it to where it's just like, okay, just one stream per person. How many people, like, to a complete amount has listened to this?
It's also like interesting because in the streaming era, I can choose to only listen to one song on an album.
Specific songs, yeah.
Right. So if I wanted to listen to one song on an album, back then I would have to buy the whole album in order to do that.
Yeah.
So even like now, it's just or do that. I don't know why we're whispering. Like everyone knows LimeWire existed, but nobody's using that now. But
we don't condone. Actually, yeah, no, there's no reason to. Just get Spotify. Come on.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really interesting to think about how it would be, and I think if we were if streaming weren't here right now, like I think those Drake's pure sales numbers would be a lot higher. Yeah, like they would be a lot,
but they would be
than
nothing compared to Michael Jackson.
But they would probably still not be touching Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
Yeah, they wouldn't be. I would guess that if like Eminem would probably have been doing, and I guess Eminem was still kind of
he's
coming up in that pure
selling,
sales.
Yeah.
Before the streaming era really, really popped off.
I mean, he's technically the highest selling rapper,
yeah,
ever.
So, like, I think Eminem is definitely closer, and probably, because I don't know, he's Eminem, he's white.
He's white, and white people like his music. That's when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, like, we're not going to sugarcoat it. Because he's white, white people feel a little more comfortable listening to his music, and that's why he was able to sell well in the 90s.
Yeah,
and in the 2000s.
And any other rapper wasn't gonna be able to do that
because they weren't white, or there was no white rappers at that prominent status.
Right.
He was the guy.
So yeah, even if you're looking at it, you throw Drake back there, like that's not even, and Eminem probably, I don't even know, but I don't know that Eminem is getting as close to Michael Jackson either. So. Yeah. Sorry, Drizzy. Sorry.
I would still argue though that today, like, I still feel like Drake would outsell Eminem.
I would agree. No, I definitely think.
The only thing I would say though is that I feel like a majority of Drake's career is dependent on a lot of the modern conveniences of streaming and virality of the internet.
100%.
Like, because obviously Hotline Bling was the whole thing. Yep. And then just memes on memes.
I was about to say, is there a way, I don't know if this is, but is there a way that and I'm sure that if it's not happening now, there's probably a way to get this coming on the way, but do TikTok, like, does streaming or using a song on TikTok count for anything? I'm assuming
I don't think so.
Because
let me find out.
I feel like that's something that could be coming down the road. when
Songs
you
on
see a
TikTok
song that
count
is,
for streams.
just kind of used over and over again,
Oh wait,
and uh it just seems like at some point artists are going to be like, yo, my song is being played millions of times on this app.
for like
Why is
2
this not
seconds.
counting? But you think they care?
I guess not. All right. Okay, this article doesn't really. There's not a lot on it. I want to count towards Billboard placement. I don't know, something like that, right?
Mm.
Okay, I can't. Yeah, there's nothing.
Well,
All right. Well, yeah, we don't know. Any music industry professionals in the comments, let us know.
in a couple years when that's a conversation, but I'm sure it will be.
We'll see.
Just saying. I saw you.
But yeah, I don't think there's a world that exists where Drake is nearly as successful without the existence of memes.
No way. And
I think obviously he was extremely successful even before he was I mean, he was always a meme. Now that I think about it, never mind.
he was
I'm a liar.
always
He
a
was
meme.
always a meme because
That's
he was the soft guy, or
Right.
it was like dudes that listen to Drake be like and shit like that.
And
Like he was
I do
always
think,
a meme.
he would have still. I'll say I do think he still would have had insane popularity, regardless of memes. But I think they definitely like helped him take off to a level like the Hotline Bling memes. Come on,
Yeah, those were
like
everywhere.
they were everywhere. Like him hitting the tennis.
That's
Come
a classic.
on.
That's a classic
If
meme.
you're
And
reading
then,
this, it's too late memes from the album cover.
yeah.
Like so many of those.
And then
so
there's
many.
the one with the jacket where it was like nah, and then
Yep.
yeah. That's still a classic meme format that we use to
Timeless.
this day. Like that's
Timeless
so
Drake.
insane to think about. I completely forget that's from the Hotline Bling music video.
Yep.
That's so
Timeless.
insane. That is it. That's a timeless. That's a classic meme.
And you know what? That's something that he does have a Michael Jackson. Granted, Michael Jackson does have memes now.
Yeah.
But
Michael Jackson, millions upon billions of people have listened to him and bought his music.
but he's not memeable.
Drake
He's not as memeable.
memes. I mean, that's the name of the game nowadays.
It is. That's the thing. The game is different. The game
Exactly.
is different. And
It's very different nowadays.
I'm not
So-
expecting Drake to be able to compete with Michael Jackson, nor do I think he should have to. He is insanely successful in the era that we're in.
Yeah.
Like arguably the most successful artist
Right now, yeah.
in the era that we're in.
I forgot. I think we've talked about this before. Is he the number one most listened to artist on Spotify?
And
And if not, who is?
or you mean like all time?
right now, currently?
No, I believe it's
It's
Justin
still The
Bieber.
Weeknd, right?
No, I think it's Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber? No way.
Yeah.
No way. Oh my god, 86.
Drake is number
oh,
4.
Fuck, yeah, he is number 1.
Yep.
Ugh, why? Why are
Justin
we
Bieber.
doing this? Why are we doing this, guys? Come on, don't do that.
Justice, man.
Fuck justice. Yeah, he really said solidarity, brother.
He did.
God.
MLK and
We can't let people get away with that. Why? Why is he able to just get away with? I don't
This
know.
is the world that we live
But I guess the biggest question is, who would be more successful? Drake having to make music during Michael Jackson's time, or Michael Jackson having to make music during right now?
in. I mean, I would say Michael Jackson, probably.
I mean, yeah.
I think it's
that's pretty
difficult
easy.
to
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that was easy.
mean-
That was a nothing question. I just tried to pose it like it was something that was so like
Yeah.
thought provoking or whatever.
Yeah, I mean Drake making hip hop music in the 90s wasn't. It's not gonna.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not gonna happen for him. It's not gonna happen for him.
I will say I don't think Michael Jackson would be nearly as popular. Like if he was just starting within the past, like let's say
Definitely
10
not.
years, because
Although-
just the attention economy is very different now.
Although I feel like it's also difficult because you have to, like the music he's making would probably be different. You know, like
I mean,
it
yeah.
wouldn't sound like he'd probably be making something similar to.
The Weeknd.
I was gonna say the
I would-
Weeknd. Yeah.
I would say pretty similar, I think.
Like I think there would be. It's weird to think about what type of music Michael Jackson
Yeah.
would be making right now.
Someone get
Or
on
he's
the
still
Uber
alive.
Duck AI and be like, "Oh,
He
this is
would-
what Michael Jackson's music would sound like today," and they put him on a fucking trap beat or something.
I was about to say he would probably be writing trap beats. We would hear him on a trap beat. We would definitely hear it.
no,
Like,
no,
without
no,
a doubt.
no.
We would hear drill Michael Jackson. Michael
You know,
Jackson.
I need to hear
and
it.
Pop Smoke?
You TikTok audio engineers, go crazy. All right, do some crazy shit. I need to hear it.
No.
I need to
Michael
remember the time
Michael
on a drill
Jackson
beat.
on Off the Grid? Come on. Come on. Come on. If you
Nah.
get Michael and 504 and Trading Verses, that's gonna be
That would be something else. No,
It would.
I need to hear "Remember the Time" on a drill beat. Right,
I
this
wouldn't even be
instant.
surprised if it's out there. I genuinely would not be surprised if that already exists.
Well, now I need to look it up.
We're about to see.
Michael Jackson drill beat. Oh my god, it's there. Oh fuck. I put a drill
Yep.
beat over Michael Jackson's "Beat It." Oh my god. Oh, I thought we
Yep.
were doing. Oh man, I'm not playing it on stream,
Right.
but, or like during the podcast. But, oh fuck. All right, y'all win. That's
Well,
that. Holy shit. All right, Michael
That's what-
Jackson, certified drill artist. That's
And
all it is.
yeah. He's
Would
Michael
wash
Jackson's
would
coming
wash
out on
Drake
top.
any day.
Coming out on top. Oh.
Exactly. But that's it regarding that whole situation. We're running low on time, so we're gonna touch on what if really quickly, and then obviously
Yes.
our best of the week wrap up like we always do. So this we obviously spoilers ahead for this week's episode of What If. Noah, what did you think of this week's episode?
It was fine.
Ah,
This episode was
yes,
fine.
yes, we're on the
Uh,
same page. I was not that into it. I thought it was
Yeah,
kind of boring.
I think it's difficult because it came after all the string of
Yeah, some of the
episodes.
greatest episodes, and like, which by the way, I did go back to the one with Michael B. Jordan, and I definitely did. I think I might have just been a little tired the first time, but I did
Oh,
enjoy
but
it a
you're-
lot more.
Some of your criticisms were valid in that.
No, definitely, I
stuff.
still saw them,
was
but I think
stuff.
just kind of that aside,
Yeah.
because I went into it like, okay, this stuff aside, let me just look
Right.
at it, and then I was like, all right, yeah, no,
It's a good episode.
it's good, yeah,
And
but
this episode, just like I feel like maybe if they had put it closer
in the
to
beginning.
in the start of the season,
The second one. Well, no, actually, put it on the
I
third
think it
one.
could have. I think it could have. What second episode was T'Challa?
Yeah. No, because
Maybe.
here's the thing: if they put this as the second episode, more people would have checked out.
That's true. That is
More,
true.
it would have been like, this show kind of sucks. This is
yeah.
bad. So,
It's just
but
like-
but you put the T'Challa Star-Lord episode, and it's like, oh fuck, okay, all right,
Yeah.
this is what
and
we're doing.
this
Okay,
this one was. We had the string of episodes from Doctor Strange to what was it, zombies after that.
Yeah.
Then we had the Killmonger episode.
yeah,
Like we were really on a roll there.
we really were.
So this one just it didn't hit the tone. Like I don't know. It wasn't bad. I was just like, I wasn't that interested, honestly. Like
it's
honestly the premise
weird.
wasn't even that interesting to me.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
not
gonna say it's
lie.
weird even from a concept wise. It's like, okay, Thor and Loki aren't brothers. He's a lot more arrogant. It's like, okay, what lesson did we learn by the end of this? A whole lot of nothing, and then we get a weird punchline about his mom. Like,
yeah, and
that's it. That's
much.
the tweet.
and it's so wild that like that's what if Loki and Thor didn't grow up together, this is what happens. This is
Yeah.
really the best, like
There's
the most
there's
interesting
so
case
much
scenario
worse that
y'all
it could have been.
come up with.
And
I
also, the
guess-
fucked up thing is they're still homies in this episode.
Yeah,
they're
they're
still
besties.
like cool, and it's like, well, then you just got rid of the entire purpose of this episode.
One of the most
like
interesting parts of Thor and Loki's characters is their kind of the way, like their dynamic and how that works. And I guess the thing is now Thor has been put in kind of a interesting position because he is post Ragnarok a more comedic character.
Exactly.
So I understand maybe they were like, we have to play into that a little more. But this was probably too much.
Yeah,
like, I think this might have been. It didn't have that Taika Waititi touch.
Exactly.
You know? This was just too. It was too much.
It was
I'm
corny.
sorry.
It was. So
It was a little corny.
corny.
It was corny.
And like,
it's-
look, the one thing I will say that makes us the biggest disappointment: the cast stacked as fuck.
Yeah.
Everyone came back. I was like, wait, that's actually Natalie Portman? What?
Hmm.
I was like, everyone's back. Like,
We're all here.
they got Kat Dennings back. They got fucking Jeff Goldblum back.
Mhm.
Everyone was there. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
No, okay, whatever. Like that's
And like, even if like, I feel like a more interesting thing, if they were gonna go with this scenario, like they had all these characters in one place, like let's do something interesting with what a party dynamic looks like between these characters instead of giving us like glimpses
generic
into like
party.
oh, yeah, like that would have at least been
Flashing
a little
lights.
more interesting to me. And I still probably wouldn't have loved the episode as much as some of the others, but I just didn't find this to be that great. You know?
Yeah. This
Um,
is definitely a weak step in the wrong direction. I will
Yeah.
say though, the ending though was interesting. So I
it was
definitely
interesting.
think that they are pushing a lot
I was
more
like-
towards a crossover episode now, obviously.
Yeah, I was just thinking like that timeline kind of doesn't add up for me.
How so?
I don't know. Like we wouldn't have Vision. We wouldn't have Vision. You know?
It's a multiversal threat. He's just hopping through the universes.
I
Like
I
it's
guess.
just he's
if
from
if that's
Isn't there a episode that's supposed to be that, like when Ultron won or some shit? Isn't that, or was that
I-
just some like theory fodder I heard online?
I haven't watched I don't know. I haven't given any insight into the other episodes.
I think so. Actually, I genuinely don't know any more episodes going any further aside from the one with Gamora. That's it.
I didn't even know there was
That's the
an
only one
episode. I have no clue.
Yeah, that's one where like she's like Thanos or some shit. I don't remember.
Oh.
Well, because like there's promotional stuff where, like I said, it's that shot from the Avengers where it's
Oh, that's
the
right.
pan,
That's right.
and
I remember
then
you telling me about
you
that.
get T'Challa as Star-Lord and then Gamora in like the Titan armor with the double sword and shit.
Okay. Yeah.
So
can see
there's
that.
that,
Okay.
but
Maybe there's something going on there.
they
to see,
are.
but-
No, they are. They are. But
Oh,
stop
okay.
doubting me. They
All
are.
right,
Like
I'm
it's
just-
gonna
okay.
happen.
Oh my god.
No, because he's
Fine.
fucking doubting me right
It's
here.
happening.
He's like,
I'm
he's
not
like, oh,
doubting.
good.
You've
This
seen more. I stayed
confirmed
away
it.
from the
This
trailer. I
confirmed it.
stayed away from the trailers. So
This
I haven't
100%
seen-
confirms it. There's no way they throw this in and it's just like a throwaway thing. Like the
I mean,
thing
yeah.
with Ego at the end of the second episode, yeah,
Right.
that could be a throwaway. I'd even argue the zombie Thanos, that could be a throwaway.
That makes me mad.
I don't want it to be. I want us to get the follow up to that. But this is not a throwaway. You introduce like a random fucking threat that like in no way hinted at prior to this, and it's just like, what? Like it's
I
Ultron
guess, yeah.
eats Vision's ass and has all the
Whoa.
Infinity Stones. I guess. What? How? I want to know.
We'll have to find out, hopefully.
They definitely threw that in at the end of this episode because they knew I was like, yeah, this one kind of sucks. We'll throw it in to get people excited.
Whoa. And even that at the end, I was just like, after the whole episode, I was just like, oh, okay, wow, all right.
I was like, oh shit, what? Like
but I wasn't even like it wasn't the same way after seeing an episode like Zombies and then seeing Zombie Thanos, and I'm like, yo.
Yeah. Well, because that one, it worked with the story structure. Like I said, this felt shoehorned in like, at the very end. It's like, yeah, whatever. Here you go. And it's like, I understand. And it hit more later because I was like, okay, well, this is obviously the larger threat for this season. Which also, how many episodes are we getting? I thought we were getting 9, but I guess I'm wrong. Is it 12?
I genuinely have
because they said mid-season preview at the end, or like after the last episode, which
was after the last one, or was it after Zombies?
It was
might have been after Zombies.
No, it was after the last one.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, hold on. I hate to look this up, but what if mid-season trailer? A week ago. Yeah, it was at the end of last week. Last week's episode. Okay. And I'm not gonna look. And look, see, fucking
already seen
boom right here. Yeah, well, I was gonna show it on the podcast, but look, we've got Doctor Strange Supreme and Party Thor right there. So I mean, look,
I guess
they're not hiding it. Like we're getting a crossover.
Yeah.
Like what is this? A crossover episode?
I wonder where Doctor Strange is coming from, but I guess it's multiverse.
I was gonna say it was slightly. It wasn't nipped in the bud yet. That episode. It wasn't like completely tied away. There's a loose end he could come out of. That's all I'm gonna say. Somehow, because he's the Doctor Strange Supreme, man.
But he is.
It is what he is, exactly.
But an underwhelming episode of What If this week.
Hopefully next week's episode does us better.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed. But that's going to be about it for this episode. We're going to quickly run through our favorites of this week. And I guess I will go ahead and go first because I want to. I don't think we had that many singles this week. Honestly, I got to pull out the phone again so I can take a look. There was some stuff that I barely saw like right before this week that or like right before the episode that I added, so I do have a little bit of catch up to do.
Gotcha.
Obviously, we got Lil Nas X's long-awaited project Montero. I thought it was really good. I thought there was definitely a lot to work with there. Some of it didn't quite work for me, but I did enjoy it a lot. And wasn't huge on this Thames project either, but I did like the track with Brent Faiyaz.
Same. I thought I would like it more.
Yeah. But and there was this project that actually surprised me from Mozzie called Untreated Trauma. I surprisingly enjoyed it. Like I really did not expect myself to enjoy it as much as I did. It's probably not that great, but I'll say it was I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It was definitely a surprise for me. Like it was like I think the bars are there. He's like he does good. He does good. And it's pretty interesting. I would recommend it. This EP from Papa Rod I thought was really solid. Each of the tracks. Couple from this Unusual Demont project as well.
I
didn't love it.
To that, and I was the first couple tracks didn't do it.
Yeah,
for me,
I liked Ivory. That was one of the few ones from the beginning part, and then Amber. I think Amber was probably my favorite, but yeah, nothing too much on that. Honestly, I didn't love it that much, but I've heard his name around, so you know.
Yeah, same.
It is what it is. This Kyle Dion project I was pretty into. I thought it was really nice. I thought the vocals were really solid. And honestly, it's quickly become one of my favorites, honestly. Like maybe not like overall in this year, but definitely a lot of the tracks I do remember, like especially Placebo with Ja Rule, one of my favorite tracks of this year. Definitely so good.
Definitely. Check it out.
Didn't really like that one. The ones that I missed, I do want to check out the Zilla Kami project that no one told me about, I guess.
Oh yeah,
right?
I did. I heard the Denzel track. That was dope.
I saw Denzel promote it. That's why I was like, what? No one told me this came out. And then I
Okay.
went, and then there was a whole fucking project, and I was like, okay, I'm not expecting too much out of it. Obviously, I think Zillikami, while my favorite out of City Morgue, I think the dynamic between him and Sauce Mula makes for their projects to be really interesting. So I don't know how well he
Mm.
holds up on his own. Obviously, hearing some of the singles like Badass with Lil Uzi was really interesting,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll see after I
See.
listen to it. And I didn't get to watch all that much, but right before this episode, while I was waiting for you to get on, I went ahead and watched Malignant, which
Oh.
eh,
Oh man.
that's how I'm feeling on it. It's
Dang.
pretty campy,
Mm.
to say the least. And I mean that in like a pretty endearing way.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like you could tell by the end of it that was the intent. And I
Right.
love James Wan, so I get it, but like
Yeah.
it's definitely pretty rough in the beginning. I will say, and a lot of people have been saying this, it's pretty rough in the beginning, and then once you get to the end, it makes a little bit more sense. And it's like, okay. But also some of it was a bit too campy for my taste. Like it was pretty corny
Mm.
at bits. But I mean, like I laughed at some of the parts, which is good, at least, you know?
Okay.
I'm assuming,
I guess.
I'm not going to speak for him. I'm assuming I was supposed to laugh
Right.
for some of it, but you know, hey, there
All
was that. And I don't remember if I talked about it last week or even when I finished it, but I did finish Brand New Cherry Flavor. I think I did finish it last week.
Yeah, I
and
think you
talked
did talk about it last week.
yeah. So there's that. That I will always continue to recommend. Very, very solid limited series. And yeah, that's really it. Haven't had too much time to watch, but hoping for a little bit more time this weekend to watch some more stuff. So
Nice.
how about you?
I'll pick up where you left off with watching stuff. In terms of, I don't know that. Let me see if there are any movies. Oh, I watched the Voyeurs on Amazon
Oh yeah,
Prime.
I was spying
Which-
on your
on my
letterbox.
Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know,
Also, quick aside, I know I'm gonna sound really dumb, and it's just because I'm barely getting like into Letterbox. I didn't know you couldn't review shows on there. That's kind of dumb. Like I
it's for
understand
movies.
why.
It's a movie platform.
Yeah, but like they're kind of in the same boat, and I feel like you should be able to review shows on there.
You can review limited series.
So wait, no, because I thought I tried to look up WandaVision, and that wasn't on there. I don't think.
I don't know if they're.
Oh no,
saying
it is on there.
WandaVision
Okay, so
is-
limited series is they are doing.
WandaVision's on there.
Yeah,
Because
okay,
I know
I'm
Falcon
done.
and Winter Soldier's on there, as well as like a couple other limited series.
Let me review.
So
Brand
if
New
it's a
Cherry
limited
Flavor.
series, it's on there.
Okay.
But yeah, not TV shows because there's a movie platform. I understand people want the movie platform to be for movies. That's fine. I feel like I would love a letterbox type platform for TV, and there
It
kind
would
of
just make
is.
sense to
Like,
be on the
there's
same
one-
platform, though.
There's one called TV Time, which is what I use, and it's just
Okay.
not nearly as
Robust.
it doesn't have the same type of social aspect.
Okay.
Like it's just not made to be great in that way.
Right.
But anyway, I did watch The Voyeurs, which I can't say is a great movie, but I can say it was a very entertaining movie. It is wild, very horny.
Damn.
Yeah, I was entertained.
He was a little
Um,
too entertained, I guess.
Slow your roll. All right. It's
I'm
it's definitely
watching you,
like
sir.
you're watching it. Like by the end, like there are so many points I was like, oh, this is probably about to happen. Oh, okay, yeah. And like there was some stuff where it's just so wild. I was like, I didn't see that coming. But yeah, I was thoroughly entertained for it. So it's on Amazon Prime if you want to check that out. In terms of TV, just today I watched the first 2 episodes of Scenes from a Marriage on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
With Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain, which I thought were pretty good. I haven't seen the original Scenes from a Marriage, which I do want to watch. so I can kind of compare. I kind of saw people saying that, there's like it's good, but it also is just like not necessarily adding anything new to like the marriage falling apart
Right.
uh genre. Um, but it is, if you like that kind of stuff, like, your marriage stories or whatever, um, I enjoy it. I've been enjoying it so far.
Okay.
I also watched the new season of Sex Education, which I'm genuinely bad at binging. Like binging is just like not something I'm very good at. But consistently, this show, I will always binge this show. I will always finish this show in a couple days, like without
All
fail,
right.
anytime it drops. It is so good. Genuinely one of my favorite shows. I can say after this season. Uh yeah, it's just so good. It's so good. And I love coming of age stuff, and this is up there with some of the best. Um I also did finally finish Generation, which, yeah, like I said, is unfortunate because it is canceled now. I'm really hoping
Yeah.
that they're able to find it a new home, because it is like, especially after finishing it, I'm just like, man, they really found their stride. And that's the thing about TV shows. It's like you have to give them time. Like they have to kind of grow in and learn what they're going to do. Like it's one of those things where you kind of understand, like like people seem to understand how to write characters and how to play their characters better as seasons or episodes go on and
Hmm.
seasons go on. And you really saw it with this show. Like it just became something really great by the end of it. And so I'm really hoping they can figure out a place for this, because it's good. Um, the other two also love it as usual. Still a great show. And the new episode of Ted Lasso was also really good. And I hope it gave, a character that didn't have a lot of development nice development. Um, as far as music, I caught up on some stuff that I've been wanting to get to. Listen to the new Mike album. Um,
Hmm.
and enjoyed that. Enjoyed that quite a bit. I was aware of Mike for a while, but never really dove into a full project from him.
Hmm.
Solid, solid. Disco is the one I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah. I heard it
Um,
earlier this year. I don't quite remember exactly how I felt on it, but
yeah, I liked it. I honestly liked it a lot. Also, I caught the new Eve's Tumor EP. Um,
yes.
which loved that. Really loved that. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head,
Shuts out.
but um, very good. Pretty much love that from front to back. Obviously, new Lil Nas X record. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
just yes. I'm sorry, but he's not a singles artist. He's not a singles artist for me. Like I think the singles are huge, but I think there are also like some songs on here that are really dope.
Oh
There's
no,
songs on here
there's
that are
there's
really dope
definitely
too.
some really great album cuts. I will say that some of his shortcomings do show a bit, but
I
it's
can
still
Yeah,
really good.
and I
It's
think
still
definitely,
really good.
like, as a songwriter, he has a lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
Um, and so I do look forward to that, hopefully. Um, but for a debut album, I think, yeah, there's a lot to love on here.
Exactly.
Um, I also caught the new Yeba project, which I wasn't as blown away with as I was hoping to be.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
did catch that one too. Yeah.
but there were a few tracks on there that I was like, okay, this is good. This is good. Um, New single from Dijon called Many Times. Love this song. Man, this is a great
Wait, which
song.
one was it? I'm sorry, you cut out on my end. What was it?
Many Times by Dijon.
Let me let me find
Very good.
out. People need to stop not telling me about stuff, right? I love
You
Dijon.
gotta you gotta find that. You gotta find it for yourself, man.
No, because like I go on Spotify and I'm like, all right, what's the new stuff? And like they were recommending me all of his fucking singles, right? Like
Yeah.
all of his new singles. I'm like, cool. I'm listening to these. And then it's
Yeah.
like, no,
And
no.
then they just didn't do that one. I think it was in my release radar. Is how I caught
That
it.
wasn't on mine for some reason. I'm upset.
Um
Release Radar has been
and it's
fucking with me lately.
dang, that's rough. My release radar is still
Love
pretty on
Deshaun.
point, but
I love Deshaun.
yeah, got that one. I caught the this new Snail Mail single. Snail Mail's back. Snail Mail's back.
Yes.
So happy she's back. Listen to this new single. Really great. Made me want to go back and listen to her last album again because I feel like it's been so long. It was like what 2018 probably.
Probably.
Man, she's been gone for a while, but cool to see that she's back. I also caught this new single from this artist Boy Life. Really great. Actually, Brockhampton collaborator. Got some writing credits and helped with some production on the newest album for Brockhampton, but the song Amphetamine is the one I really like. There's also another single from him called Lush that came out a couple weeks ago. It's also very good. So definitely check those out. And yeah, I think that is everything for me. Oh, and the Denzel Curry track I love from the Zilla Comic project.
Yeah. Still haven't listened to it yet because I was just like, I just want to listen to the whole project. I should have listened to that
That's
track.
valid.
But
I did. I was like, I'll listen to this at some point, maybe. But I had to hear that Denzel track first.
Yeah.
And it was solid.
Also, I think it was this week. I did. Yep. This week I broke 300 projects
Wow.
that I listened to. Yeah.
That was confetti.
Yeah. I am absolutely blown away because I was like, I'm gonna listen to 100 albums this year, and I just blew that out of the water.
Yeah, you're kind of a madman.
Yeah, but also looking at it now, I'm like, okay, so I can look down at like my ratings and like see how many of each category I have, right?
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, so usually my category is anything that's considered like anything I give a 7 and up, basically, right? Or a 3.5 on music board and up.
Yeah.
So I did top 30 last year, right? Obviously.
Right.
That's just my 8s and 9s. That's just my 4 and 4.5s. That's 30 right there. So, and I have 97s.
Good luck. Good luck, Charlie.
I'm definitely gonna have to do top 50.
Yeah.
But then I'm also like, I'm gonna go through those 97s and I'm gonna be like, but this one was so good. I want it in here. So fuck it. I'll just do a top 100. Just leave 20 out. I can find 20 to leave out.
Have fun with that.
Don't worry. That'll be a solo channel thing. That I won't do that for the Needlies, I guess.
Top 100 albums is wild.
No, and the other thing I was thinking, I was like, okay, how many of those are EPs? Because that probably shaves a good chunk off.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Exactly.
But that's
still a lot. I'm pretty sure a majority of them are probably still albums. You know?
Probably for the most part. But I mean, 100 albums. I don't think I can say that there's anybody else that does 100 albums a year.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, fuck. Should I like that? Might be too much.
I think that's a bit much.
It is a bit much, but like I said, I'm pretty sure once I split them into EPs.
Yeah, the whole thing is you have to. Not everything gets to make the list. That's why it's so.
I know.
That's why it's such a coveted list, is because.
I know everyone is looking for Kevin from Needle on the Lens podcast.
Exactly. And if everyone makes the list,
not everyone makes the list. Lil Huddy's not going to make the list. I listened to that project. Yeah, I did.
Who's gonna make? Lil Huddy's not making anybody's list.
God, it was so bad, dude. And look,
that's the thing. I'm not gonna subject myself to that. When I start an album,
I want to do a worse list, though. I wanna be able to do a worse list, though.
Go ahead.
I know negativity's bad, but I wanna be able to do it.
It is a little bad.
You know the fucked up thing is though, because like I've been giving a lot of these like TikTok pop stars chances, right?
Yeah.
And like some of them actually aren't that bad. Like I think there was this one called like Gucci High Waters or whatever from
really
earlier this year. Yeah, and like he had some good tracks on that album. It was pretty solid, and like it didn't age that well for me. I didn't find myself going back to it, but a few tracks out there, I was like, you know, this is pretty solid. And then Lil Huddy's just like,
Yeah,
It's so bad. It's so bad.
oh, why this sounds familiar? Because
Why?
I think I started listening to this album because I saw you reviewed it well, and then I started it, and I was like, I'm good. But
There's some solid stuff on there. It's just it's less your alley, and that's the thing.
see, but you're someone who, because you're doing this whole, you listen to all the albums you can, you're gonna listen to everything, no matter whether it's good or bad.
Yes.
I hear something that I don't like, and I'm going to say, why in the world would I subject myself to sit through 40 minutes of this when
But-
I know I don't like it? So I move on.
So,
And
but here's my
knowing that
thing
I
with
get
that.
one track from this album is not enough for me. It's simply not enough for me.
I want to expand my horizons. I found myself
Mhm.
keeping myself within a box where I
Yeah.
was just listening to like hip hop and R&B music.
Right.
So I've been trying a desperate attempt this year
Mm.
to listen to anything and everything I can so I can like more stuff. And I feel like this year of all years, I've done a really good job at that. And I'm going to get a lot of projects on here. Like my year-end list this year, I know is going to look a lot different from last year's year-end list.
Right. I guess I understand that. It's a good way to diversify. I guess I personally was like, I feel like I didn't need to diversify anything.
I will have less to prove next year.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like generally speaking, my year-end lists are pretty diverse.
No, yours are super diverse, and that's part of why I was like, mine is just. all
Although
this
I
stuff.
will say this year
this
we might
year
do a
you're-
little flip.
I know. I was gonna say because you were talking about it a couple episodes back. Because I know you said you wanted to do kind of similar thing to Dead End Hip Hop and have like a top rap albums list or whatever.
Yeah, because I don't know, because I feel bad if because there's just a lot. I feel like, and where you've diversified, I've gone the opposite direction
Yeah.
and kind of gone deeper into like rap albums that I probably wouldn't have normally chosen to listen to, which also probably has to do with the year and the way like we weren't really getting a lot of big releases at the start of the year. But like I found myself like being like, sure, I'll give this whatever album a chance. Like I said, like I've been aware of Mike for so long and I just never actually decided to listen to a real project until this year. Why? I don't know, but I listened to it and I liked it. So now I'm like, man, am I going to have a lot of rap albums on here? Like this might be the first year since Taboo. Taboo was the last time I had a rap album as my album of the year.
Oh,
and this could be the first year since then that I have a rap album as my album of the year. It could happen.
What is it? What is it?
I'm not going to spoil it because I honestly don't even know.
I've got a decent idea of like my top maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, I do. I think I thought I knew. And then yesterday I was listening to something in the car and I was like, man, do I know? Because this one's really good too. I don't know. But I do feel like there's one like album that could be my album of the year. And you'd be like, seriously? That one? I'd be like, yeah, man.
Damn. He might come out and surprise me.
But
also, we're not going to do our lists on the podcast though.
No, yeah, I assume
we're doing those completely. That would just because we have to figure out how we're gonna
exclusively.
Like I said, we're gonna do the Needlies Awards, and I'm gonna talk with you about that as we get closer. How exactly we're gonna do it?
Right. Also, we'll have to do something. Maybe this is also something that we do for our YouTube exclusive, but Spotify Wrapped when we do our get to unveil.
Oh no, we're talking about that on here. No, we're talking about that.
Really, but people can't see it.
We'll discuss it.
All right, we'll figure it out.
We've
been talking at
we've done stuff that we can. Yeah. All right. That's it. We always end the show with our logistical bullshit, but
we do.
That's gonna be it for this episode, folks. If you are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, any of those platforms, we do also do the podcast on YouTube. If you didn't already know, look up Needle on the Lens, which I found out now is my only channel that is super easy to search. The rest of them are very difficult, but yes, you can search us up and find us on YouTube and see our dumb faces. And if you're on YouTube and you got to commute or whatever, you can find us on these platforms, the aforementioned platforms that I said before. And to both of those groups, we do stream this live on Twitch Wednesday evenings, 6:30 Central, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern, twitch.tv/FlipTV Live. Folks, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching and or listening. Peace out.
Peace.